A man transmigrates to another world and gains the eternal invincibility system. Right from the start, he receives an extra life. Once killed, he resurrects within 1 minute. And after resurrection, he's guaranteed to defeat his opponent. The man's name is Jiang Cheng. Without a doubt, he has transmigrated. He thought he'd be like other transmigrators, unlocking a cheat right at the start, crushing everything in his path, dominating all under the heavens. But reality was harsh. He transmigrated into the body of a useless nobody. Worse still, he was stranded in a desolate land. Just like that, with no water or food. He was now on the brink of death. Jiang Cheng wore a look of despair. Where's the promise system? As soon as he spoke, he really did die. Cue the celebration of a good player? Yeah, right. Now in soul form, Jiang Cheng finally heard the system activate, just as he wished. But he was already dead. What's the point? Jiang Cheng couldn't help but complain. The next moment, the eternal invincibility system appeared. Host receives 1 life. Each time he's killed, he'll resurrect within 1 minute. After resurrection, a guaranteed win plan will activate. Jiang Cheng began to ponder. 1 life? Sounds pretty much like infinite revival. And I get to defeat the enemy every time? In that case, this silly system must want me to get stronger by constantly dying. Then the system screen appeared again. Cause of death detected. Dehydration. Rewarding host with the eternal undying body. The #1 supreme physique of the 3 realms. Jiang Cheng opened the undying body info panel. No need to eat or drink, unlimited lifespan, and more. All kinds of overpowered buffs. He instantly realized the truth. System boss, I admit I was a bit loud just now. I'll be relying on you to help me act cool and dominate from now on. Then, Jiang Cheng revived. He couldn't help but gloat. He could already picture his future life. Time for his exclusive power fantasy arc. But now that he thought about it, why is there not a trace of spiritual energy in the area? Jiang Cheng shouted at the system in frustration. Is this a bug or what? With no spiritual energy to cultivate, aren't I still stuck here? He opened his personal info panel and burst into tears. This OP physique is useless now. His cultivation was still at mortal level. He once again cursed the stupid system. Days passed, and Jiang Cheng still couldn't find a way out. He decided to try smashing his head against a wall. But mid-run, a system warning popped up. Suicide is prohibited. Revival will not work. Jiang Cheng was speechless. What kind of trash system is this? He couldn't stop in time and still smashed into the wall. Days went by just like that. Jiang Cheng was on the verge of going insane. He cried out to the heavens. Are you messing with me? No way out. No newbie gift. Not even a free girl? Come on. Just then, a beam of light flashed across the sky. Something drifted down and crashed heavily into the ground ahead. The smoke cleared. As if answering Jiang Cheng's prayers, a busted beauty actually descended from the sky. Jiang Cheng's old face blushed. A girl falling from the sky? Kinda thrilling. What a figure. What fragrance. And that face? Truly stunning. The girl, seeing the unfamiliar Jiang Cheng, panicked and summoned her flying sword. Who are you? But Jiang Cheng, with his invincibility system, actually hoped she would kill him. That way, he could get better rewards. So Jiang Cheng started messing with her, trying to provoke her into killing him out of anger. The girl, baffled by his behavior, was completely dumbfounded. Did this guy take the wrong meds? But Jiang Cheng's plan failed again. The system issued another warning. Requesting or bribing others to kill you is forbidden. Counts as suicide, no revival allowed. Jiang Cheng instantly exploded with rage. Just then, a voice came from behind him. Turns out it was an old enemy tracking them down. The girl trembled in fear upon hearing this. The pursuers were disciples of the Gile sect. The leader, Yao Yunxian, loudly declared, Jilinghan, let's see where you run now. Better surrender quietly. Jiang Cheng stared into Yao Yunxuan's arrogant eyes, thinking she wanted to kill him. But he refused to give up. 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 The pursuers were disciples of the Gile sect. The leader, Yao Yunxian, loudly declared, Jilinghan, let's see where you run now. Better surrender quietly. Jiang Cheng stared at Yao Yunxuan's proud figure, thinking, what a fiery girl. Wouldn't be too bad to be killed by her. Then Yao Yunxian turned to Jilinghan and shouted, weren't you so powerful? Then why couldn't you save your Facian sect from ruin? You embarrassed me during the 7-sect gathering. Now I'll make you wish you were never born. Jiang Cheng could tell this woman was clearly no good, and likely Jilinghan's mortal enemy. The girl never expected someone could be so vicious, just over something so trivial. They wanted to wipe out her and her whole sect. The 3 male disciples beside them had run out of patience. All they wanted now was to get their hands on Jilinghan. Jiang Cheng, seeing this, devised a clever way to die. He quickly stepped up to shield the girl behind him. I advise you young men to think twice. We're all fellow cultivators. Why take it to death? Yao Yunxian grew annoyed seeing someone step in to help. Who the hell are you to meddle in my business? Jiang Cheng gave a wicked smile. Since you asked so sincerely, I'll kindly tell you. I am the primordial true immortal, roaming the realms. Fed up with the chaos of the three realms, I sealed my powers and hid here. Everyone was speechless. What kind of lunatic ended up in this forbidden land? But Yao Yinxian was captivated by his handsome face. She planned to take him back as a boy toy. She told her junior, just beat him half to death. I have use for him. Jiang Cheng wasn't pleased hearing that. How can I use my system cheat if I'm half dead? Looks like I'll have to provoke them a bit more. Don't say I bullied you. I'll let you have 3 moves first. He then made a classic taunting gesture. Come at me then. One disciple immediately raised his spirit sword and swung at his head. After a flurry of blades, Jiang Cheng finally got his wish, to be killed. Jialing covered her mouth in shock at what had just happened. A living person had just died like that. Yao Yinxian was furious. I told you to just beat him half to death. Why did you kill him? Whatever. At least his handsome face is still intact. I guess I can make do while it's still warm. Jialing couldn't take it anymore. She drew her sword to fight these depraved lunatics. Meanwhile, the dead Jiang Cheng gained a bunch of martial arts manuals. Soul-piercing technique, moon-gazing mental method, Fox Moon's swordplay. All were added to his collection. Just as Jialing was about to be overwhelmed, Jiang Cheng revived, and his strength had grown tremendously. Since he had told Jialing he could revive, she now saw him as a literal. One of the male disciples panicked, raising his spirit sword to kill Jiang Cheng again. Jiang Cheng spat a glob of phlegm onto his middle finger and flicked the disciple's forehead, ending him. Yao Yinxian lost her composure at once. Who the hell are you? How do you know my Jile sect's inner technique? Jiang Cheng scoffed. Why should I tell a wicked vixen like you? Insulted by this, Yao Yinxian exploded in rage. She ordered her 2 disciples to chop him up. No need to keep the body whole. But after a clash of swords, Jiang Cheng killed them both. He then cast a wicked gaze straight at Yao Yinxian. Terrified, she clutched her chest and screamed. Go ahead and scream. Even if you scream your lungs out, no one's coming to save you. Today you're mine. Suddenly, a golden light descended from the sky. That powerful aura was like a deity descending to the world. It pressed down on people, making it hard to breathe. The one who came was none other than Yao Yunxuan's father, the sect leader of Jiu's sect, Yao Qiulin. It turned out he had placed a protective split soul on his daughter. As long as his daughter was in danger, the split soul would appear. Yao Yinxian saw her father arrive and pointed at Jiang Cheng, saying, it was him who killed the 3 senior brothers. You must kill him quickly. Yao Qiulin told his daughter not to blink and watch how her father would beat him. Seeing this scene, Xiao Ji felt something was wrong. Yao Qiulin was a master at the split soul level. Such a huge gap in realm was enough for him to kill us instantly. At that moment, the old man had already drawn his sword and attacked. Just as Lin Jian was about to stab Jiang Cheng, he was suddenly slapped away by Jiang Cheng's big move. The old man was left in shock. What the hell? This move left Xiao Ji dumbfounded. What on earth is going on? After dealing with the old man, Jiang Cheng turned his attention to Yao Yinxian. Now it's your turn. What the hell? Unable to bear the humiliation, the girl died on the spot. Then came Jiang Cheng's happiest moment of looting. He didn't expect this bad woman to be so wealthy. Gold coins and snacks could pile up like a mountain, and Jiang Cheng transformed into a little tycoon. At this moment, Xiao Ji cleared her throat. Senior, you just used the techniques of Jile sect. No doubt you're one of them. What a joke. I am self-taught. I merely used their methods against them. Then he spontaneously performed a famous dance, and Xiao Ji was completely captivated by Jiang Cheng's actions. I didn't expect the senior to be so powerful, and also so graceful in dance. I truly admire you, senior. Jiang Cheng said this was all basic stuff. By the way, you must keep everything that just happened a secret. Don't tell anyone. Xiao Ji patted her chest and said she wouldn't dare. But I have one more request. Those bastard villains not only destroyed my sect, but even spared neither the young nor the old. I implore you, senior, to help my Fei Xian sect clear its name. As she spoke, tears of anguish streamed down her face. At that moment, the system suddenly issued a task. Ding. Please unify the 3 realms and have your own sect. Completing the task will earn you a lot of points. Points can be used to upgrade the system or exchange for rewards. Jiang Cheng thought, since points can be exchanged for rewards, then loot must also be exchangeable for points. But when he saw the exchange rate, he was completely dumbfounded. This exchange rate is too ridiculous. They promised equipment recycling and free trading, but it's all a lie. The next moment, Xiao Ma appeared in front of him unexpectedly. Young man, only by spending money can you become stronger. Jiang Cheng was furious and cursed. Your trash system dares to mess with me. At this moment, Xiao Ji stepped forward and hugged Jiang Cheng's arm, asking, Senior, why did you suddenly stop moving? Did you get dementia? Jiang Cheng's face darkened and he shouted at the girl. You're the one who's senile. I'm only 18. Okay? Forget it. I'll let it slide. Besides, didn't you just ask me to help you get revenge? I can help you, but I have one condition. As he said this, he looked at the girl's assets. Xiao Ji's face instantly turned red. Does the senior want to do that kind of thing? Then the girl began her ultimate self-persuasion. For the sake of my deceased brothers and the sect, I'll do it. In the next second, red little hearts started to appear all over her body. Senior, I understand the industry norms. I'm ready. Please don't go too far, senior. Jiangqing, looking shocked. I didn't expect the industry norms to come into play. Is the kneeling circle this chaotic? Then he told the girl that he was a gentleman. Don't get the wrong idea. My condition is simply to become the leader of your sect. Xiao Ji looked incredulous. Senior, do you want to inherit the sect? But our Facian sect has just been destroyed. Coming at this time to be the leader is undoubtedly jumping into a fire pit. If you don't want to be the leader, then forget it. I won't force you. In the next second, Xiao Ji suddenly knelt down. The chief disciple of Facian sect, Ji Linghan, greets the new sect leader. Ding. Congratulations. Reward, 500 points. The system then pulled up Ji Linghan's character panel. Rank, SSR. She possesses the 7 filial piety exquisite body, an extraordinary cultivation talent that appears once in 1,000 years. Reward, 3,000 points. Jiang Cheng couldn't stop grinning. Who knew recruiting a girl could earn him so many points? This is just too awesome. So he immediately upgraded the system. Unexpectedly, the upgraded system had a loot box draw feature. One draw costs 1,000 points. Jiang Cheng knew all about gacha draws. All in. He had to go all in. As the saying goes, go big or go home. The wheel spun rapidly. A golden light streaked across the sky, and he drew a zombie that loves coconut milk. Yeah, right. Ding. Congratulations. Host's luck has exploded. You've obtained the special skill, Insight. This skill can actively detect treasure locations within a 100-mile radius. The next moment, Jiang Cheng discovered there really was treasure nearby. Just as he was about to head out, Xiao Ji mistakenly thought the sect master was abandoning her. Jiang Cheng turned and told her, I'm just going to buy some oranges. Wait here for me to come back. With that, he vanished in a streak of light, leaving Xiao Ji standing there dumbfounded. Sect master speaks so profoundly. When Jiang Cheng arrived at the treasure site, the system informed him it contained a world star fragment. It possesses the power to reverse yin and yang and radiate across all living beings. Seeing the dazzling effects before him, Jiang Cheng was instantly tempted. This thing must be an SSR tier divine artifact. But in the next second, a blast rivaling an atomic bomb erupted. Now in soul form, Jiang Cheng was confused. He was just digging for treasure. Why did he blow up? The system told him it was the origin pulse of the world star that killed him. So he was rewarded with origin aura. But just as Jiang Cheng revived, he got slapped repeatedly by small hands. In front of him sat an adorably clueless little loli. He opened his arms and shouted, Mommy, hug me. Could she be the world star fragment mentioned by the system? Why is it a little girl though? But now that he looked closer, she was kinda cute. But the girl kept calling Mommy over and over again. Then Xiao Ji arrived. Sectmaster, are you alright? There was a huge spiritual shock just now. Jiang Cheng helplessly pointed to the little loli on his head. It was her doing. The girl immediately understood. It was a sentient treasure. She knelt on one knee and congratulated the sect master on acquiring a treasure. Jiang Cheng then told the loli, This is your mom now, and I'm your dad. The little girl's eyes widened. Xiao Ji's face went blank in shock. The next second, she fainted on the spot. Jiang Cheng hugged her and said, I just asked you to call her mom. No need to be so aggressive, right? But the loli said it was because her divine sense was too weak. Reading Xiao Ji's mind knocked her out. Curious, Jiangqing asked what she read. Spill it. The loli made a peace sign and said, Mommy, you're a big dummy, but super powerful. And you just became sect master of flying immortals. You're a total big... Jiangqing instantly interrupted her. Nice analysis. But don't ever say that again. And I'm a man. Call me dad. The loli agreed right away. Okay, Mommy. Jiangqing was fuming, but he couldn't do anything. He patted the loli's head. You're too cute. From now on, I'll call you Big Yellow. The loli pouted. That name is ugly. I don't want it. Then call me Dad, and I'll give you a new name. But the loli would rather be called Big Yellow than change what she called him. Jiang Cheng gave up on the spot, thinking, just wait till you grow up. Just then, a voice called from afar. Scum, you dare kill my daughter? Prepare to die. Jiang Cheng's face turned pale. Why is this old man here so fast? And he already used up today's resurrection. System boss, what do I do now? But the system warned, if killed after using up revival, the system will now automatically search for a new host. Jiang Cheng was furious upon hearing that. You damn system. How could you be so heartless? We've spent so much time together after all. Forget it. Better to rely on myself than beg others. He figured his current power replicated that old man's. He should be able to fight him evenly. But what about the other two's strength? More importantly, how could he escape with those two clueless sisters? But the moment he saw the little lowly, Jiangcheng cursed himself for being an idiot. Once awakened, De Huang caused a blast like a nuclear explosion. As long as she attacked, those enemies would be toast. So Jiangcheng patted the little lowly's head. Good girl, De Huang. They want to kill your daddy me. Hurry up and go wild on them. But De Huang was restricted by the heavenly Tao and couldn't kill recklessly. Jiangcheng was immediately pissed. Why didn't you care about the heavenly Tao when you blasted me earlier? Now that enemies are here, you're chickening out? The dizzy lowly said that was just an accident. De Huang isn't unjust. Then why not have another accident? Suddenly, the lowly changed expressions and said, De Huang is a principled being. She won't stoop to mom's shamelessness. But De Huang can suppress their cultivation, turn them into mere mortals. Then the little lowly began unleashing her powers. A flash of golden light from her fingertips. Balala, turn into pigs. She shouted. The three old cultivators were instantly stunned. What's going on? Why did our spiritual energy vanish? Then came Jiangcheng's time to shine. You bullies who prey on the weak. Today, I shall enforce justice in the name of heaven. He channeled all his power into his giant sword. Full Moon Sword Technique, strike. The three were instantly skewered like kebabs. Then came Jiangcheng's favorite part, looting. After rummaging a bit, he gathered another pile of snacks and spoils. At that moment, De Huang approached. Grabbing Jiangcheng's collar, she asked for food. Jiangcheng's heart skipped a beat. Is this thing hungry? Blushing, he pushed her away. What are you trying to do? Hands off. I don't have that kind of drink for you. The girl was speechless. Mom, what are you even thinking? De Huang is a cosmic star. She just wants snacks. Jiangcheng realized he'd misunderstood. To ease the awkwardness, he dumped out all the snacks he had. De Huang's eyes lit up instantly. The next second, she transformed into a starving ghost and dove in. At that moment, the unconscious Ji slowly woke up. He was about to ask what happened, but saw three corpses on the ground. He was instantly dumbfounded. Those three were the GUA sect's elite, high-level artifact cultivators, yet they were all taken down by the sect master. In that moment, he became Jiangcheng's biggest fan, having been flattered to the heavens. Jiangcheng lost all sense of direction. By the way, where is your Facian sect? I'll go and help you deal with your enemies right now. Just as he turned to leave with De Huang, he saw the little one was already fast asleep. So the three of them happily set out for the Facian sect. Late at night, Jiangcheng sat cross-legged, absorbing spiritual energy from the world. Ji stared, completely awestruck. Oh my god, what kind of body is this? Even the spiritual energy in trees and rocks is being drained. When Jiangcheng opened his eyes, he saw the girl staring at him. Stretching, she asked, Ji, why aren't you cultivating? De Huang chimed in from the side. Mom, you devoured all the spiritual energy. Of course no one else can cultivate. Jiangcheng's eyes turned lecherous. In that case, let's dual cultivate. We can share spiritual energy that way. He nearly drooled onto the ground. The girl blushed and quickly refused his. She thought, why does the sect master feel so sketchy? The next morning, the three of them finally arrived at Facian sect. But what greeted them was a field full of corpses. Only a handful of disciples were still alive. Seeing her familiar junior brothers and sisters still present, Xiaoji couldn't help but burst into tears. At this moment, two elders of the sect stepped forward, having failed in their duties. Have you seen any other disciples? Xiaoji said she hadn't seen anyone besides herself. Then she learned from others. Facian sect was attacked by 4 factions. Only less than 20 disciples managed to escape. At this time, many disciples said, it was thanks to their master's desperate efforts that they survived, and they gave all their spirit stones and elixirs to them, to repay the grudge of their sect's destruction in the future. This scene was also observed by the 2 elders. Greed slowly appeared on their faces. They told the disciples to calm down first. Wanting revenge is not that simple. I have a good relationship with the 2nd elder of the Duanmu family. As long as you all give me your valuable items, I can invite experts from the Duanmu family to help. At that time, dealing with those scoundrels will be a piece of cake. The big yellow dog on the side mocked. This old dog is even more shameless than your mom. Seeing that everyone wasn't falling for it, the 2 elders started a new round of deception. Gradually, many disciples expressed agreement with the elders' method. They were willing to give up their treasures. At this moment, Xiaoji stood up and said, we actually don't need to ask the Duanmu family for help. Then she began to introduce Jiangcheng, the new sect leader. But the 2 elders were the first to disagree. In terms of qualifications, I am the first choice for the new leader. However, Jiangcheng stopped him. No need to waste words with him. Watch how I use strength to help you take revenge. When they arrived at Facian sect, they found many enemies inside. So Jiangcheng rolled up his sleeves, telling Xiaoji to observe his handsome posture well. Then he charged in under the shouts of the disciples. At this moment, the 2 elders mocked from the side. There are several masters at the split soul level inside. If he charges in recklessly, he'll probably be left with nothing. Although Xiaoji trusted Jiangcheng's strength, seeing the large number of opponents made her lose confidence. At this time, Jiangcheng also encountered disciples from the 4 major factions. They thought he was a rogue cultivator and urged him to get lost. However, Jiangcheng drew his sword. I am the new sect leader of Facien's sect. If you don't want to die, get out of my way. Everyone thought he was a fool, so they all attacked, ready to send him to meet the king of hell. But with 2 chances of resurrection, Jiangcheng was unafraid. Instead, he showed an excited expression. The next moment, a violent explosion occurred on the scene, and Jiangcheng stood firm amidst the sea of flames. The disciples thought their leader had defeated the enemies, and they were instantly overjoyed. However, as Jiangcheng fell, everyone was left dumbfounded. Xiaoji was in tears. Leader, why did you fall so quickly? At this time, the 2 elders began to gloat, having failed in their duties. Where did you find this clown? How could he not last even a second? Even the enemies mocked him for being a joke. His strength was lacking, but he pretended to be tough. Ding, detecting that the host is dead. The cause of death is being beaten by the 4 factions cultivators. Generating solution. Then the system rewarded him with a one-time divine skill, Thunder Calamity Rebirth. Subsequently, Jiangcheng was resurrected amidst rolling thunder. He arrogantly declared, "You little pests, prepare to face my wrath." Xiao Ji was overjoyed to see Jiangcheng was alive. I knew you wouldn't let me down, leader. At this moment, Jiangcheng waved his hand and summoned thunder from the sky, like a thunder god descending. Then the bolts of divine thunder fell from the sky. When the smoke cleared, where the thunder struck, there was a deep pit. The disciples of the 4 factions were utterly annihilated. Xiao Ji happily ran towards Jiangcheng, and the disciples of Facien's sect were on. They all shouted to greet the new leader. Then, under Xiao Ji's lead, they shouted in unison. Leader is strong, high blood sugar. Jiangcheng felt quite embarrassed, thinking he had just casually mentioned blood sugar. Yet this silly girl took it as the sect's slogan. At this time, the system reminded the host of the rewards received. Reward, 355 points. Then Jiangcheng opened the ability panels of everyone. After looking for a while, he found Xiao Ji had the best talent. No wonder she was his first. When she came back to her senses, she began to bring up old grievances with Elder Liang. Didn't you say I wasn't qualified to be the leader at the 4th level of Split Soul? So now, do I qualify to be the sect leader or not? Elder Liang instantly gave in and shouted the sect's slogan. Our sect master is mighty, high blood sugar. Jiangcheng was completely speechless. Has high blood sugar seriously become his signature nickname? And that silly girl who started it even made a heart gesture at him. Jiangcheng then prepared to properly reorganize the Flying Immortal sect. As the saying goes, a new official sets 3 He immediately set a small goal for everyone. Xiao Ji thought the sect master was going to restructure the sect. She figured she had to help him do her best. Work hard, grow strong, and restore glory. But Jiangcheng's small goal was to overthrow the 4 great sects. The long-suppressed disciples of the sect were instantly fired up. All of them asked to join the sect master in battle. But Jiangcheng was dumbfounded upon hearing this. He thought to himself, I'm going to die alone, not to drag you all into a group fight. He quickly said, I'll scout ahead at Giles' sect. You all stay here and guard the sect properly. At this point, 2 elders volunteered to join the mission. They planned to use Jiangcheng to rack up battle merit and strengthen their positions as second only to the sect master. But little did they know, they played right into Jiangcheng's hand. He had long wanted to get rid of the shameless brain lamp. Now the opportunity had come. Meanwhile, in Giles' sect's grand hall, all the elders were in utter shock. The 7 elders they had stationed at Flying Immortal sect had all died at the same time. One elder panicked and asked, what the hell is going on? Didn't we already wipe out all their strong members? Could it be the Duanmu family intervened? Just as they were about to send scouts, a voice came from the palace entrance. No need for all that trouble. Your grandpa came to visit in person. Jiangcheng hovered midair, looking down at the Giles sect. Beside him, Flunky Liangda was showing off. Didn't expect me to be back, huh? A dog who only lived because he hid in a dog hole. And now you dare come looking to die? The furious elders of Giles sect rushed forward, ready to give these 2 Soul Division realm weaklings a good thrashing. Liangda quickly hid behind Jiangcheng. Sect master, hurry, give them a good whooping. Show them what's up. Jiangcheng said, chill, it's just a small scene. He then closed his eyes and braced for the enemy's attack. Liangda, unaware, thought Jiangcheng had this in the bag, and started trash-talking like crazy. You bunch of noobs. Just wait for Sect Master to turn you into roasted chicken. But the next moment, he was dumbfounded. Jiangcheng had been stabbed full of holes. Liangda thought he must have grabbed the wrong script. Once Jiangcheng stopped breathing, Liangda panicked hard. Sect Master, don't scare me like this. Without you, how am I supposed to live? Giles Sect's Grand Elder smirked maliciously. Weren't you cocky just now? Keep that same energy now. The plaza filled with fists, kicks, and Liang Da's. Ding. Detected host died from Group B down. Generating a plan. The next second, Jiangcheng received a DD beat-up token. Upon reviving, he saw Liang De getting his lunch delivered. Even when you beat a dog, you look at the owner. If you treat my dog like this, don't blame me for calling big bro. With that, he crushed the token in his hand. Meanwhile, in the demon beast prison, a sweet-looking bunny girl named Ingyu was blocking a tiger demon from leaving his house because the tiger had been flirting with other bunnies behind her back. Even rabbits don't mess around in their own warren. You pervy tiger. How dare you mess with my girls right under my nose? With that, she punched the cave door hard. Inside, the tiger demon was chilling and getting a massage. As the pounding on the door grew fiercer, old Shangwei advised him, "Boss, her insults are going too far. Why not go out and teach her a lesson? If word gets out, where's our tiger pride?" But the tiger demon didn't care at all. Let her yell. Who cares? It's not like I'll lose a chunk of meat. Besides, she's too skilled. If I go out, I might lose a layer of skin. As he smoked leisurely, a teleportation formation appeared overhead. Oh crap. Don't tell me she's breaking in. Quick, open the back door. But before he finished speaking, he got sucked into the portal. He was left flailing and panicking in the spatial tunnel. The next moment, he was teleported into Giles' sect. Humph. If I find out who pulled this stunt, you're dead. At that moment, Jiang Chung walked over with a fawning smile. Tiger bro, you're here. Hurry and help your little bro take care of this trash. The tiger demon immediately realized it was this bastard who summoned him. He was so mad he coughed up chips on the spot. Just as he was about to punch Jiang Chung to death, a bolt of heavenly lightning struck right in front of him. The tiger demon broke into a cold sweat. *T. When the hell did I sign a summoning contract with this guy? One of the Giles sect disciples laughed mockingly. Don't think some crappy summoned beast will save your life. Slaying demons is our daily business. The tiger demon's eyes flashed with rage. You dare call me a crappy summoned beast? He raised his paw and struck down at them. With a single blow, everyone present was obliterated. Jiang Chung looked on in awe. Mighty Tiger Lord, from now on, take me with you on your flashy adventures. But the tiger demon glared back. Get lost. Then he asked Jiang Chung, where am I? I was in the middle of a 300-round fight with Inyu's twin bunnies. When he found out he was in Feiyun continent, he froze in shock. What? You summoned me this far away? He immediately warned Jiang Chung to never summon him again, or else you're dead meat. With that, he vanished in a flash of light. Good grief. That tiger is no ordinary beast. Once I rank up, I'll definitely make him my pawn. Then came Jiang Cheng's favorite part, looting. Looking at the dazzling treasure haul, he couldn't help but admire. Big sects really have the goods. Suddenly, he noticed a complete spiritual vein before him. The system notified him it was a grade 2 spiritual vein. It could be exchanged for 10 wish draws. Jiang Cheng looked thrilled. Didn't expect I could recycle a spiritual vein too. This is a huge win. He slammed his palm to the ground and began absorbing it. He even cleaned out their entire treasure vault. Then he returned to the Feishian sect with his massive loot. Ji hurried over to ask upon seeing him return. Master, how did it go? Jiang Cheng wore a pained expression, slamming his fist on a pillar dramatically. The disciples thought something had gone terribly wrong. Just as they were about to comfort him, Jiang Cheng wiped his eyes and said, though the enemy is defeated, the 2 elders died heroically. The disciples immediately burst into tears. Master is so noble, always thinking of the sect's well-being. Jiang Cheng urged everyone to turn grief into strength. Train hard to honor the elders' spirits. To boost morale, he brought out a huge sack. Inside were all the treasures he plundered from Giles Sect's garden. With a wave of his hand, countless rare and exotic treasures spilled out. Everyone's eyes sparkled with excitement. While wondering what Jiang Cheng was planning, he announced, these are for you to raise your cultivation. Pick whatever you like. The disciples were moved to tears. Master, you're too kind. You're like our second parent. Jiang Cheng knew his reputation in the sect was now solid. He urged everyone to hurry and choose their items. Some clung to spirit swords and wouldn't let go. Others were obsessed with giant bronze bells. One pink-haired girl picked up a steel-infused sword and stuffed it into her ample bosom, saying blissfully, I'm the happiest girl in the world. But Jiang Cheng told her, that sword's not for you. Thinking she had overstepped, she awkwardly put it down. Sorry, master. I got carried away. But the next moment, Jiang Cheng handed her a higher quality spirit sword. The girl was stunned speechless. That's Giles Sect's main treasure, a 6th grade spirit sword, Green Cliff. She panicked. I don't deserve this. Such treasure should belong to you, master. But Jiang Cheng replied, don't be shy, accept this great sword from your master. Then he pointed at Luo Yuan in the crowd. You're so skinny you look like a starving mutt. Here, take this spirit armor for defense. But Luo Yuan froze upon catching it. Isn't this the Giles Sect Elder's windstroke armor? The next second, Jiang Cheng handed her a 9th grade celestial robe. This was a 9-star spirit artifact, capable of blocking all attacks below Destiny Realm. He told Ji to quickly put it on. Also, don't wear anything underneath. Soon after, Ji walked out in the celestial robe, blushing. and Jiang Cheng's nose started bleeding furiously at the sight. At that moment, Shaoji mentioned that not even one tier 9 immortal robe existed in all of Feiyan continent. Such a precious item should rightfully be worn by the sect master. Jiang Cheng was speechless upon hearing that. That's women's clothing. How can a grown man wear that? But Shaoji told him he could wear it underneath. All major sect elders do that, she said. Jiang Cheng was utterly stunned. He thought, is everyone in this world a freak? Then he asked where De Huang was. He hadn't seen her all day and kind of missed her. When Jiang Cheng found De Huang, she was napping on a spiritual vein, so he woke up the little lowly. Sweetie, Daddy brought back a big haul this time. He then took out a large bag of spirit stones. De Huang's eyes sparkled with greed. She immediately started devouring the stones ravenously. After dividing up the loot, Jiang Cheng set his sights on raiding the remaining 3 sections. First on the list, Xianbing sect. Upon arrival at Xianbing sect, he found that they were already assembled in the square, fully on guard. Seeing their tense faces, he couldn't help but smile slightly. So you all knew I was coming, he said. Came out specially to die, didn't you? The bald man told Jiang Cheng not to get cocky. He sensed Jiang Cheng was only at Soul Division realm. There was no way he could beat him, the sect master. Not to mention, he had the sect guardian formation as a trump card. But Jiang Cheng looked annoyed. You talk too much. Just die already. The man ordered his disciples to begin the formation. Spiritual energy from all directions locked Jiang Cheng in the center. Next came the ice prison formation, manifesting in the air above. Jiang Cheng was instantly frozen into a popsicle. With a loud crack, the ice shattered. Jiang Cheng, now in soul form, cursed aloud. What kind of ridiculous deaths are these? Detected cause of death, sect guardian formation. Generating a plan. To Jiang Cheng's surprise, he once again received a DD beat-up token. He thought, why does this feel so familiar? Meanwhile, 9,000 li away in the sky, our tiger demon bro was racing through the clouds on his golden bell. He looked calm and kind. But inside, he was cursing Jiang Cheng 1,000 times over. That little punk used me and didn't even give me an aftercare pill. This stupid delivery took forever. Better hope I don't catch you in the demon prison again. Before he could finish his rant, a familiar golden portal appeared before him. I've been flying for a whole day and night. A top tiger like me can't even rest on his throne. Meanwhile, Jiang Cheng held the DD token after reviving. Time to let you witness my bro's strength. The people of Xianbing sect were still stunned. He came back to life. When the tiger demon landed beside him, Jiang Cheng greeted him with a guilty grin. Sorry, brother tiger. I'm afraid I need your help again. The furious tiger demon grabbed his collar. You little punk. You messing with me on purpose? He looked like he was ready to rip Jiang Cheng apart. Just then, a heavenly tribulation bolt struck down, as if saying, go ahead, make a move. The tiger demon was utterly, I'm a dignified demon king, and now I'm being toyed with by this brat. Tears burst from his eyes in frustration. You bastards are all dead meat. Then he unleashed his full wrath on the Xianbing sect disciples. They were already scared out of their wits. Holy crap, why is there a high-tier demon in Feiyan continent? The tiger demon roared viciously. Open your damn eyes and look clearly. I'm not some low-level demon. Jiang Cheng was just about to warn him about the formation, when the ice prison formation was already deployed. But the tiger demon didn't care. You think this trash can hold me? He casually raised his hand and shattered the formation. The disciples who cast it coughed up blood from the backlash. Jiang Cheng started dancing in joy. Tiger God, you're the best. Keep going. Then the tiger demon soloed everyone on the field. After wiping out Xianbing sect, he warned Jiang Cheng not to summon him again. You know how far I have to travel each time? But Jiang Cheng just smirked and leaned in. Since you're here, how about staying for good, brother tiger? He even started pitching flying immortal sect perks to him. The tiger demon cursed and ran off immediately. After trading the loot from Xianbing sect with the system, Jiang Cheng set his eyes on Wulei sect. After wiping out Xianbing sect, he arrived at Wulei sect. Holding a megaphone, he shouted arrogantly, listen up. You're already surrounded. Surrender now, and you won't be killed. Such arrogant words enraged the disciples of the Five Thunder sect. They immediately began cursing furiously, but their sect leader looked utterly panicked. Damn it. Whose disciples are those idiots? A chubby disciple behind him answered. They belong to Elder Wang. Because Elder Wang died in the battle for martial honors, your orders never got passed down. Furious, the sect leader slapped him hard. Useless bunch. Can't do anything right. Watch and learn. Observe how your sect leader handles this. He then respectfully cupped his fist toward Jiang Cheng. Master Jiang, I understand your thirst for revenge. But as the saying goes, better to resolve a grudge. Before he could finish, Jiang Cheng made an extremely mocking face and hissed, Tisk. The sect leader was furious but held it in. No matter what he said next, Jiang Cheng only responded with a tisk. The disciples were shocked by their sect leader's patience. Truly a great man. Knows when to bend and when to rise. But with a close-up of Jiang Cheng's smug face, the sect leader finally snapped. Kill that bastard. Soon, Jiang Cheng's screams echoed over the Five Thunder sect. Meanwhile, far away at the sacred land of Purple Garden, Tiger Bro had already slaughtered everyone there. A dying, defiant minion tried to resist. You dare challenge the sacred Purple Garden? Before he could finish, Tiger Bro sent him packing. All I wanted was to borrow your teleportation array, and you run your mouth? So damn annoying. He quickly activated the teleport array, just when he thought everything was behind him. The system's notification suddenly rang out. As the smoke cleared, Tiger Bro thought he'd returned home. He was about to ask someone to bring a chilled watermelon, only to open his eyes and see Jiang Cheng standing there. Tiger Bro was utterly dumbfounded. He sighed deeply. Forget it. Life is meaningless. A terrifying, murderous aura burst from him. His third eye glowed with intense golden light. In the next instant, a laser swept through everyone present, followed by his furious roar. If I can't crush that punk, I'll crush all of you. Moments later, the entire Five Thunder sect lay in ruins. Jiang Cheng patted Tiger Bro's shoulder. Bro, let it go. These losers aren't worth your anger. Tiger Bro grabbed his collar in fury, clearly wanting to tear him apart. Jiang Cheng quickly reminded him, careful or the heavens will zap you. He let go and flew off toward a cliff. Damn it, I don't want to live anymore. Then he slammed headfirst into a mountain. The impact shattered the entire mountain range. Jiang Cheng burst into tears seeing his dear Tiger Bro die. I'm sorry, bro. I doomed you. Asterisk sob 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 asterisk. Asterisk wails asterisk. Then he pulled out stacks of paper bills from who knows where and threw them while crying. There's no DD boost service in heaven. After bidding farewell to Tiger Bro, he set off to destroy the last sect. Tiger Bro, meanwhile, lay motionless in the rubble, playing dead. Why is this punk still not gone? I'm exhausted. Once Jiang Cheng finally left, Tiger Bro leapt up in relief. Yes, that punk totally thinks I'm dead. Maybe he won't summon me anymore. Meanwhile, in the main hall of Tianyin sect, a disciple rushed in nervously, reporting to the sect master. The Xianbing sect and Five Thunder sect have been wiped out, and that mysterious expert is heading for us now. An old man stroked his beard calmly. Don't panic. Since I'm here, everything will be handled. But before he finished, Jiang Cheng's voice echoed outside. The old man rushed out immediately. Pointing at Jiang Cheng, he said, I am an inner elder of the Crimson Sun sect. If you know what's good for you, leave now. I'll even spare your pitiful life. But Jiang Cheng didn't say a word. He charged forward. Die, old scum. Suddenly, a phantom sword dance appeared in the sky, with Elder Fei's dashing flourish. Jiang Cheng had completed today's daily quest. Asterisk ding asterisk. Host was killed by a top-tier Lingtai realm expert, generating revival plan. Seeing the system still shows DD boost support, Jiang Cheng was shocked. Wait, didn't Tiger Bro just die? Is this nightmare not over yet? In a fit of rage, he unleashed all his fury on the Tianyin sect. Then he flipped them off with an international gesture. Sir, how many talismans do you have left? Can you please use them all at once? Jiang Cheng replied that he wasn't quite sure himself. Brother Tiger, who was full of energy, asked, can you summon other demon kings? I'm already second to last among the demon kings. Why not summon my wife, Silver Moon Twin Rabbit? Not only is she powerful, but she's also stunning. I just ask you to spare the child, okay? Jiang Cheng told him not to be so polite. How about you and your wife join my Facian sect? Brother Tiger got angry and shook off his hand. You little brat, you're going too far. I even offered you my wife, and you still won't let me go. You wait for me. After saying that, he transformed into a streak of light and disappeared into the sky. However, as Jiang Cheng was happily preparing to return to the sect, Brother Tiger, hiding in the shadows, revealed a wicked smile. You little brat. Since I can't deal with you, I'll target your family and sect instead. Hee hee. Prepare to face my wrath. At this moment, Jiang Cheng was immersed in the adoration of his disciples. Amidst the shouts of sect leader is so powerful, he gradually lost himself. Seeing this, Brother Tiger was furious. Fire up. I do all the dirty work. And you're here enjoying the limelight. Then he revealed a wicked smile. Let me teach you a lesson. Unaware of anything, Jiang Cheng was still distributing loot, looking at the mountains of gold and silver on the ground. Everyone was instantly lost in it, unable to pull away. Just then, a strange noise came from behind them. Turns out De Huang was dragging Brother Tiger over. Mommy, De Huang caught a shy dog. De Huang wants to keep it as a pet. At this moment, Brother Tiger wanted to die inside. He thought, what the hell is wrong with everyone in this sect? Not only is there a brat who can summon me anytime, now there's also a freakish loli who suppresses my power. Xiaoji and Xiaoshui found him so cute. They instantly mistook him for an adorable kitty. Infuriated, Brother Tiger began cursing. You're the kitty. Your whole family's kitties. But the most infuriating thing was that damn loli. She not only threatened to make She even insulted the dignified Beast King by calling him a shy dog. Then came the girl's favorite activity, petting the kitty. Brother Tiger wanted to refuse, but those soft chests were just too irresistible. He couldn't help but think, this happiness is way too sudden, and even started purring in embarrassment. Damn it, I'm the mighty three-eyed hunting Tiger King. He suddenly fled from the girl's hands with a swoosh. Brat, come duel me one-on-one if you dare. Sealing my power? What kind of fight is that? Zhongqing gave a mocking smirk. With your level? 10 of you wouldn't be enough for me. Brother Tiger suddenly felt something was very wrong. What the hell are you planning, brat? The next second, Zhongqing had him pinned. Damn. Let go of my face. No one fights like this. After a whole night of torment, Brother Tiger lost all his previous pride and might. Zhongqing offered him a choice. Swear loyalty, and I'll spare you. But Brother Tiger just gave him 3 innocent-looking eyes, and got taught a lesson again by Zhongqing. Soon, Brother Tiger gave up on his beastly dignity, but I'll say this up front. I won't accept being a servant or mount. Zhongqing gave an okay sign. No problem, you're my dear Brother Tiger. Just be my guardian beast for 3 years. Brother Tiger was surprised by the low demand. 3 years? That's a blink for demon beasts. And he wasn't being forced into beast-human dual cultivation, nor was his demon core being targeted. Such selfless behavior. Could this guy be some hidden expert? He let out a sigh and said, Fine. Since you've asked so sincerely, I guess I'll reluctantly agree for 3 years. Zhongqing immediately had Xiaoji take him to sign a contract. From now on, Brother Tiger would be the chief of security of Flying Immortal Sect. Wearing the uniform, Brother Tiger looked quite content. Didn't think this brat had such good taste in clothes. Just then, Xiaoji brought bad news. The Sunfire sect planned to wipe them out, because Jiangcheng had killed their elder Fei not long ago. But Jiangcheng was completely unfazed. Don't panic, everyone. If anyone causes trouble, just leave it to Tiger. But Xiaoji, unaware of Tiger's true strength, looked worried. That's the Sunfire sect. They're on a whole different level from the 4 great sects. Even one Ling I realm expert could wipe us all out. Just then, a powerful spiritual aura came from outside. Zhongqing thought it was the Sunfire sect. He was about to shut the door and unleash Tiger, but it turned out to be just a soul projection. And it wasn't from Sunfire sect, but from Duanmu Qi of the Duanmu family. Xiao Ji told Zhongqing that he was a Lingtai realm expert, and the 4th master of the Duanmu family. But Zhongqing showed utter disdain. So it's little Qi what brings you to Flying Immortal Sect? Everyone in the sect shuddered. They thought, is the sect master not afraid of provoking another enemy? Duanmu Qi gave a cold snort. I came to show you the way. You all must know Sunfire sect wants you gone. If you want to resist them, you'll know. Then he gave a perverted smile. All you need to do is hand over the treasures from the 4 great sects, and marry Ji Ling onto her eldest son. We'll help you fight off the Sunfire sect. Xiaoji looked at Jiangqing in panic, worried he'd accept Duanmu Qi's offer. But Jiangqing told him not to worry. He had his own ways of dealing with this bastard. Then, his attitude shifted. He outright rejected the offer, and told Duanmu Qi to get lost. Afraid that the sect master might accept Duanmu Qi's offer, Xiaoji looked on anxiously. But Zhongqing told him not to worry. He had plenty of ways to deal with this bastard. Then with a sudden shift in tone, he outright rejected Duanmu Qi's proposal, and told him to get lost as far as he could. Xiaoji thought the sect master offended Duanmu Qi just for her. She was instantly overwhelmed with emotion. But Duanmu Qi was furious and shouted, You better not refuse a toast only to drink forfeit wine. Before he could finish, Jiangqing cut him off. Qi boy, you done yapping? Keep whining and I won't hold back. He then turned to the slacking Tiger Bro. And you? What kind of security are you? Letting any riffraff waltz in? Tiger Bro lazily replied. He didn't start any trouble, did he? Jiangqing was fuming. You slacker. Doing this in front of me? Hurry and kick him out for me. Under the pressure of life, Tiger Bro had no choice but to obey. He shouted at Duanmu Qi. What are you staring at? Yeah, you. Scram, old man. Duanmu Qi instantly exploded with rage. You lowly nobodies dare disrespect me? And you dare use a little beast? The disciples were all terrified. They cried and begged Elder Duanmu to calm down. Tiger Bro then transformed into his sword fighter form, and faced off against Duanmu Qi from a distance. Furious, Duanmu Qi raised his hand to strike the little beast. A massive explosion occurred on the spot. Away. Did our adorable little tiger just die? We'll never get to pet him again. Wah. Just as Duanmu Qi thought he had dealt with the arrogant beast, Jiangqing warned him to be careful. My Tiger Bro looks really mad now. Tiger Bro revealed his true Demon King form. A terrifying pressure swept across the scene. In the next moment, he grabbed Duanmu Qi by the throat of fate. With a fierce tiger roar, he crushed Duanmu Qi's soul projection to dust, and his real body wasn't doing any better, being roasted by waves of searing flames. Soon, he dehydrated into a dried husk. Everyone else was horrified. Was that A demon king? Inside Feishan sect, everyone looked at the majestic tiger bro. They never imagined their little tiger was actually a demon king. Tiger bro turned back coolly and said, "Call me Tiger Lord." They all bowed and chanted. Tiger bro thought his act was flawless, but Jiangqing ruined it by slinging an arm over him. "Nice job, little tiger." The disciples were stunned. Our sect master casually buddies with a demon king? Jiangqing then held a sect meeting. He told them to set the Duanmu clan matter aside and focus on dealing with the Crimson Sun sect. Xiao Ji suggested a defensive approach. "With you and Tiger Bro here, we're safe. Those Crimson Sun weaklings are no match." But Jiangqing preferred offense. He wanted to attack their main base directly. Xiao Ji was instantly charmed by his boldness. "Sect Master, you're amazing. You're like the ultimate alpha of the cultivation world." But Tiger Bro smirked slyly. "Just so we're clear, I'm the sect's guardian beast. I don't do offensive raids. Unless you raise my salary." Jiangqing shrugged indifferently. "If you like being lazy, stay home like a paralyzed dog. That way, I can go farm rewards by dying." After giving his orders, he quickly left. Everyone was still swooning over his charisma when Tiger Bro hit them with a cold truth. "You guys really think he destroyed those sects? Without me, he's nothing." Everyone was visibly shaken. Wait, was it Tiger Lord who destroyed them? Xiaoji started worrying about Jiangqing's safety. Meanwhile, at the Duanmu residence, a group was violently beating Duanmu Chi's corpse. "This is all your fault, you arrogant idiot. Now we've provoked a demon king." After venting, the clan had calmed them down. Jiangqing is only at the soul split stage. He must have used some trick to tame that demon. If we can kill Jiangqing, the tiger might not come after us. Based on our image casting spell, he seems to be heading to Crimson Sun sect alone. This is the perfect chance for an ambush. Meanwhile, Jiangqing was daydreaming about system rewards when suddenly a blood-red projectile shot toward him. It hit his head and gave him a taste of instant death. His body plummeted straight down from 10,000 meters. "Whoever you are, you're still going to hell under the Duanmu clan's chemical blades." The Duanmu clan had immediately led everyone away from the scene. Meanwhile, Jiangqing, now in soul form, was completely dumbfounded. "What the hell, What just happened? How did I die?" Just then, the system popped up a reward list. Jiangqing got excited seeing all the rewards on screen. Damn system. Finally, no more DD boost services. And with that, Jiangqing was fully revived. He was ready to teach those dishonorable old folks a lesson. Wait, where the hell did they go? At least leave a few behind so I can grind some XP. Back at the Duanmu estate, Duanmu Hong began showing off. If I'd known Jiangqing was that weak, I wouldn't have bothered using the chemical blade. Everyone rushed forward to flatter him. "Congratulations on your glorious victory, clan head. You've rid Feiyun continent of a major threat." Duanmu Hong was happily listening to their praises. When a disciple nervously reported, "Jiangqing isn't dead," Duanmu Hong immediately broke into a cold sweat. "You're spouting nonsense. I killed him myself with the chemical blade." But when he saw Jiangqing alive through the image mirror, he felt utterly humiliated. "If once wasn't enough, I'll just kill you again." He then mounted his beloved great sword and set off to slay Jiangqing. This time, he didn't sneak attack. He came for a direct fight. He launched his attack, Nether Spring Ceiling Swallow Sword. But Jiangqing met it with a middle finger. "Are you a middle schooler? Who yells their moves out loud like that? And that's not even how you use it." Then Jiangqing used the same. Countless ice shards shot toward Duanmu Hong. Blocking the attack, Duanmu Hong flew into a rage. "How do you know my clan's secret technique? How long has your spy been in my house?" Jiangqing replied with a smirk. "You guys were the ones who copied my moves. And you dare turn around and accuse me?" Duanmu Hong had had enough. He summoned his profound grade spirit platform. "You may have stolen my technique, but let's see you match this." Suddenly, golden light burst from beneath Jiangqing. "I have no idea what this thing is either. Can some old master help me identify it?" His spirit platform took the shape of a lotus. Golden light radiated behind him. Like a divine warrior descending from the heavens, Duanmu Hong was stunned. A divine grade spirit platform? That only exists in legends. How can Jiangqing possibly have one? Under overwhelming pressure, Duanmu Hong's platform shattered on the spot. He himself died instantly. Jiangqing then began looting. Not bad, not bad. Another great haul today. Back at the Duanmu residence, everyone stared at Duanmu Hong's cold corpse. They immediately panicked. "We're screwed. Jiangqing is definitely coming to kill us." But the second elder told everyone to calm down. He still had a trump card against Jiangqing. Seek help from a truly powerful faction. Meanwhile, Jiangqing had arrived at Crimson Sun sect alone. Soon as he stepped onto their territory, a fierce wind blew behind him. A storm erupted. It was the Crimson sect's 16 heavenly furnace formation. A few punks arrogantly said, "Jiangqing, if you want to make peace, then survived 2 hours in this array first. Jiang Chung smirked. Who said I came to make peace? He slashed down all 3 punks on the spot, just as he was about to dismantle the furnace. The system told him it could be converted into points, so he absorbed the furnace immediately. Other members of the Crimson Sun sect rushed over. Their elder was stunned upon seeing the scene. You can absorb our 16 heavenly furnace formation? As the system dinged, Jiang Chung effortlessly earned 1,000 points. The elder was furious and wanted to tear him apart. But Jiang Chung had 2 resurrection chances left, so he actually hoped the elder would kill him. But the system warned him. Intentional death or inaction counts as suicide. Terrified, Jiang Chung waved his hands. Got it. Then the 2 clashed head-on. The Crimson Elder used his flame return sword technique. Jiang Chung countered with the Nether Spring Sealing Swallow sword. The 2 opposing elements collided, causing an intense explosion of sword chi. That's the Duanmu clan's forbidden divine technique. So this kid is definitely backed by the Duanmu clan. The elder of the Crimson Sun sect roared into the sky. Duanmu clan, I know you're watching. Once I kill this brat, I'm coming for you. At that moment, the Duanmu clan's leader sneezed. Who's cursing me behind my back? He silently prayed the Crimson sect could finish Jiang Chung. The elder of the Crimson Sun sect summoned his profound grade spirit. He planned to end Jiang Chung quickly with it. The disciples were all thrilled to see it. Look, elder's profound grade spirit platform. In all of Qinglan Prefecture, very few possess such a thing. But this was deja vu for Jiang Chung. Didn't Duanmu Hong just show off the same way? He summoned his own divine grade spirit platform and danced a viral routine on top of it. Everyone's eyes nearly popped out of their sockets. Holy crap! Is that a divine grade spirit platform? The Crimson Sect elder was crushed by divine pressure. Just as he thought this might be his end, Jiang Chung leapt onto the elder's platform. Bro, I gave you a shot and you blew it. The elder gave a villainous grin. You're bold. Leaving your platform is suicide. Jiang Chung panicked hearing the word suicide. Wait, system, does this count as suicide? System, this counts as showing off, not suicide. Jiang Chung wiped off his cold sweat. Thought I was done for. But then the elder kicked him off the platform. Kill him. Don't let him recover. Disciples grabbed whatever weapons were nearby and beat Jiang Chung relentlessly. But due to his high cultivation, they couldn't kill him. Someone suggested using the sect's defensive formation. They quickly activated the 16 heavenly furnace array. As flames poured down, Jiang Chung began to smell his own roasted flesh. You guys have no humanity, do you? If you're going to kill me. Jiang Chung could feel a true man's power flowing into him. He immediately felt rejuvenated. He channeled all that energy into his spirit sword. A simple slash turned all the Crimson Sect disciples to ash. Jiang Chung sighed. They're so weak. I didn't even go all out. To not waste his precious 3 minutes, he walked up to nearby rogue cultivators and showed off. Listen up, all of you. The Crimson Sect has been... They'll plague Qinglan Prefecture no more. Seeing his cool demeanor, he casually slashed and ripped open space itself. Everyone dropped to their knees, worshipping him like a god. Jiang Chung smirked. Just your average performance. I wasn't even trying. After his flex, he returned to the sect, originally just planning to loot their treasures. He was surprised when the system began showering him with points. Points exploded like there was no tomorrow. Jiang Chung was stunned. This happiness is way too sudden. Because of your flamboyant behavior, many rogue cultivators now idolize you and have become your spiritual disciples. Jiang Chung was thrilled. Truly, showy men live the best lives. He started skimming through Crimson Sect's treasures, as expected of a major sect. So many spoils, I can't even count. Suddenly, he felt De Huang's presence. He turned to scold him, only to find no one there. Could there be a world star fragment here too? He activated his insight skill. Seeing those familiar, dazzling colors, he knew he'd struck gold. Meanwhile, Tiger Bro was enjoying being pampered. Little Fatty nearby looked worried. Tiger Lord, didn't you say the sect master would summon you? Why hasn't anything happened yet? Tiger Bro scowled. You questioning me, huh? Scared, Little Fatty quickly pledged loyalty. I'm just worried about the sect master's safety. Relax. The portal will show up soon. Your sect master can't live without me. Right then, Jiang Chung appeared and picked him up. Tiger Bro thought he must have destroyed the whole sect. He doubted a soul split stage could do that, but something felt off. How did this guy break through to the spirit platform stage so fast? Even then, he shouldn't be able to wipe out the Crimson Sect. Those elders were spirit platform stage 2. Tiger Bro decided to visit the sect himself to expose the truth. But when he arrived at the Crimson, that's impossible. Even someone at the Destiny Mirror level would need tremendous effort to destroy such a sect. Then there's only one possibility. Tiger Bro must be a movie god. Back at Facian Sect, Tiger Bro acted differently. His face slightly flushed as he said, "Sect Master is truly omniscient. I am sincerely impressed." As they say, a tiger fallen to the plains is bullied by dogs. Everyone mocked Tiger Bro for self-praise. It was clearly the Sect Master who destroyed the 4 sects, but he insisted it was him. Tiger Bro looked utterly wronged. At that moment, Jiangqing reached toward De Huang. "Sweet daughter, look what daddy brought you." He then took out a fragment of the world star. Jiangqing. Tiger Bro thought the fragment would let him transform into a magical girl, but in the end, only his weight changed. As Jiangqing mourned the fragment, Tiger Bro sensed something wrong. This guy's aura was becoming even more dangerous, and De Huang just shouted, "Ori," to the sky. Feishan Sect's spiritual vein instantly rose from 3 stars to 4. Tiger Bro was absolutely stunned by the move. He thought, "I've lived for hundreds of years, but this is my first time seeing a spiritual vein upgrade. If only I could bring this guy into the heavenly demon prison." Tiger Bro quickly gave up on this unrealistic idea. He couldn't afford to mess with that freak Loli or Jiangqing. Meanwhile, inside Bayan Hall on Feiyan Continent, Duanmuzhou was sobbing as he complained to a man. But what welcomed him was a giant foot. "You old bastard. Are you trying to trick me? There's no such thing as a divine-grade spiritual platform." The man turned and told his men to send him off. After Duanmuzhou was kicked out of Bayan Hall, Qisong turned and asked, "Uncle Liu, your opinion? What do you think of this?" An old man slowly stepped out from behind the scenes. "I've also heard about that tiger demon. They say he single-handedly wiped out Crimson Sun Sect. He must have reached the Demon King level." He warned Qizha not to stir up trouble. Better report it to the master and let him decide. But Qizha had other plans. Since Feishan Sect was recruiting new disciples recently, he planned to infiltrate and gather intel. The scene shifts to a crowded Feishan Sect. Didn't expect the spiritual energy to be this dense. Could this be a 4-star spiritual vein? Everyone was chatting excitedly. Among them, a short-haired girl stood out. She was the most sought-after genius of the entrance event. Both male and female mentors were fighting over her. It made everyone jealous. "At least consider how we feel. Come on." Qisong, blending into the crowd, spotted Tiger Bro. He thought, that must be the tiger demon. His cultivation is truly unfathomable. Just then, someone came up behind him. It was a chubby guy trying to take in a disciple, but got ignored. So he went out to find a faded one himself. Qisong turned pale when he realized the intent. "I'm the young master of Bayan Hall, damn it. And you fatso, want to be my master?" But Qisong, thinking long-term, gave in to the chubby lady. Disciple Qisong greets master. Soon after, the entrance ceremony officially began. The first contestant was a very average girl. The system gave her just over 20 points. Low, but even a mosquito's leg is meat. So Jiangqing still gave her a welcome gift. When she opened the box, she was stunned. Inside was a spatial storage full of snacks, plus a token only elders could have. How is this a newbie gift pack? It's downright inhumane. The scene triggered waves of discussion. She's definitely Sect Master Zhang's girl. Otherwise, how'd she get such a lavish gift? But the next second, everyone was slapped in the face. Because everyone received the same grand gift. The crowd felt like they were in paradise. Hail Feishan Sect. Long live Sect Master Daddy. When it was Lin Ning's turn, the system popped up a prompt. Turns out Lin Ning, like Xiao Ji, was SS2 level. Not only a once-in-a-millennium cultivation genius, but also a bearer of the hidden yellow bloodline, as points skyrocketed. Jiangqing grinned from ear to ear. Xiao Ji saw the smitten look on the sect leader's face, and reminded him she was the top of the entrance exam. Then Xiao Xue handed over the... It turned out to be a Tier 5 component and celestial robe. Jiangqing's eyes nearly popped out of their sockets. As the young lord of the 8-Cloud Hall, he'd seen a lot, but this kind of gear giveaway was a first for him. However, when Qisong stepped forward to greet the sect master, Jiangqing waved him off and said, "Kid, your path is too narrow. Our Feishan sect doesn't accept you." Turns out Jiangqing hadn't received a system point prompt, indicating this guy wasn't sincerely submitting. Qisong tried to argue his way in, but Jiangqing said, "I just don't like your face," and went to hit him. "You bastard. I'm at the 8th stage of the spirit platform realm, and you dare humiliate me like this?" Just as he was about to explode. "Leave now. No need to trouble Tiger Lord." With a gloomy face, he stormed off from Feishan's sect. "You bastards better wait. I'll make you pay dearly for this." After kicking Qisong out, it was time to choose a master. Everyone thought he'd pick either Xiaoji or Xiao Xue. Unexpectedly, he picked neither, and instead said some wild things to Jiangqing. Jiangqing thought the girl wanted to build him a harem, and shivered in fear. He didn't want to be jailed for flirting with a minor, but if she was 2 years older, maybe. Nope, even 2 years older, still a no. If she took him as her master, she'd outrank all second-gen disciples. How would the others feel about that? Jiangqing coughed awkwardly and said Elder Qi was right. We uphold proper senior-junior ethics here. So Lingling, just obediently joined Elder Qi instead. But Lingling pouted, saying he wasn't worthy. Only sect master is my true destined teacher. Furious, Xiaoqi challenged her to a duel. If you surpass me, I'll approve you taking him as master. Their eyes sparked with competitive fire. Jiangqing sighed. 3 women really do make a show. Life won't be peaceful from now on. Just as he was wrapping up the disciples' situation, Tiger Bro brought some heavy news. That Qisong he just kicked out was a high-level spirit platform cultivator. His level was far above Jiangqing's. Tiger Bro said, cancel my contract as sect guardian. I'll go crush him for you right now. Jiangqing quickly stopped him. We're a righteous sect. We don't kill recklessly. Tiger Bro backed off and kept his distance. This guy's becoming a real weirdo. He's got to be seriously messed up. Meanwhile, inside the 8-cloud hall, Qisong burst through the door in fury. The elder saw his face and knew plan failed. He didn't expect that tiger demon to be so strong. With things escalating, Tiger Bro didn't even know. And Tiger Bro didn't recognize Tiger Bro either. Tiger Bro still didn't know Tiger Bro. He doesn't even know Tiger Bro. Even Tiger Bro doesn't know. 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 Even Tiger Bro doesn't know Tiger Bro. Even Tiger Bro doesn't know. Even Tiger Bro doesn't know. Even Tiger Bro doesn't know Tiger Bro. Even Tiger Bro doesn't know Tiger Bro. Even Tiger Bro doesn't know. Even Tiger Bro doesn't know Tiger Bro. It turns out the 8 great sects, intimidated by Jiangqing's strength, plan to join forces and attack the Flying Immortal sect. Although they share the same goal, none of them are willing to lead the charge and be cannon fodder, because they all fear the Flying Immortal sect's guard, Little Tiger. At this moment, the master of White Dragon Hall cursed Jiangqing for breaking the rules, saying he had abducted their talented young girl, and he would demand an explanation no matter what. The others immediately congratulated Dragon Master in advance on his great victory. We'll prepare a banquet right here to celebrate your triumph. Long Jinshan's face sank. He didn't expect these people to be so shameless. Just venting his anger ended up forcing him to take the lead. Just as he was about to refuse the proposal, Qisong suddenly stepped out from behind the scenes. Dragon Master, you truly have courage. Feeling the pressure exuding from him, Long Jinshan knew there was no room for negotiation. At that moment, he was practically on the verge of tears. Meanwhile, inside the Flying Immortal sect, Jiangqing learned from his disciples about the 8 great sects preparing to attack. Tiger Bro thought this kid would be scared stiff by the enemy formation. He was ready to swoop in and squeeze him for some profit. But Jiangqing looked incredibly excited. After hearing they were coming, he charged ahead with joy. We're doomed. Has this kid gone mad? Above the Faxian sect, Long Jinshan led a large group of disciples to attack. When Lingling saw it was Long Jinshan, she thought they were coming for her. She decided to sacrifice herself to protect the sect. This scene drove Jiangqing, who had just arrived, into a rage. My precious new girl is about to die just like that? He instantly gathered spiritual energy in his palm and pulled Lingling back from midair. You all really don't give me a break. Then he shouted to the sky. Tiger Bro, get to work already. They're about to crap on our heads. Tiger Bro walked out from the gate, radiating killing intent, always yelling at me. They're not even inside the sect yet. He waved his hand and instantly wiped out everyone from White Dragon Manor. But the next second, Jiangqing kicked him hard in the butt. He was mad at Tiger Bro for being a destructive husky, always overdoing things. Now he'd have to deduct cat food to compensate for sect losses. Tiger Bro lost it on the spot. Screw you. This little punk really gets under my skin. Their bickering was clearly seen by the 8 sect's members. Seems the Tiger Demon and Jiangqing aren't that close after all. Looks like we still have a chance to kill him. Meanwhile, Jiangqing was basking in the girl's admiration. Tiger Bro clenched his teeth in frustration. If it weren't for that damned contract, I'd rip that punk apart right now. Jiangqing grinned shamelessly. I love the way you hate me but can't do anything about it. Then the system notification chimed in. Congratulations, host, for achieving fame across Feiyun continent. Reward, 80,000 points. Jiangqing didn't expect Tiger Bro casually showing off could earn him so many points. He happily gave him a big loving hug. Tiger Bro thought the guy was hitting on him. His face turned red and he shoved him away. Don't think sweet talking will win me over. Jiangqing then upgraded his system and unlocked a godly new ability. He could now spend points to boost someone by a whole realm. He looked at Xiaoji, planning to help her first, but each upgrade cost 30,000 points. Way too expensive. Then he looked at Xiaoxue instead. Only 3,000 points, much more reasonable. He beckoned Xiaoxue over and said with a smug expression, Shuer, I've seen your contributions to the sect, so I'll use immortal arts to help you ascend a realm. Tiger Bro scoffed. You really never stop bragging, do you? But in the next moment, he was utterly slapped in the face. Shashua's cultivation instantly jumped. From Gathering Origin Mirror to Soul Division Mirror, Tiger Bro's jaw dropped. That's impossible. How can such heaven-defying magic exist? Seeing his reaction, Jiang Cheng began to tempt him. If you behave well, maybe someday I'll give you a boost too. Tiger Bro was lost in thought. If I really could level up, I'd be the boss of Heavenly Demon Prison. Even Silver Moon Bunny twins would throw themselves at me. Then he suddenly shook his head. No way. This punk must be bluffing. Even if he can upgrade people, it's only weaker ones. Before he could think more, Jiang Qing was already setting off to settle the score with the remaining 7 sections. He turned into a flash of light and flew away. Tiger Bro was dumbfounded. Is that guy trying to get himself killed? But not far from the sect, Jiang Cheng ran into Qitsong, the young master of Bayun Hall. Qitsong claimed to be here to stand up for him, but was actually sensing Tiger Bro's aura, realizing he was still in the sect. Qitsong set his sights on Jiang Cheng, but cunning Elder Lu thought something was off, and told him to stay cautious. Stick to the plan. Qitsong then offered to mediate between Jiang Qing and the 8 sects, but Jiang Qing rejected him on the spot. The two were speechless. This guy really doesn't play by the rules. What the hell is he thinking? Don't you know the 8 sects have dozens of Lin Tai gene-level experts? Marching in openly like that is suicide. Jiang Qing, however, said he was going there to die. If you two don't make a move, I'm leaving. And so Jiang Qing slowly walked away under their confused gazes. Meanwhile, inside the headquarters of the 8 sects, a disciple burst into the room in a panic, reporting, Jiang Qing is coming. He had sensed only Jiang Qing approaching. The tiger demon wasn't with him, so he led the others out to confront him. Arrogant brat, we haven't even gone to find you, and you've already come to us? Jiang Qing scoffed in reply. Do you really have the guts to come find me? If it weren't for that tiger demon protecting you, we would have torn you to pieces long ago. Jiang Qing was visibly annoyed. All you ever talk about is that tiger demon. I'm the real nightmare here. But before he could finish, a dagger suddenly stabbed into his side. Turns out the Bloods End Valley assassin had a relapse of his killer instinct. He couldn't hold back and stabbed Jiang Qing on impulse. Everyone panicked and scattered in fear. It's over. The tiger demon's going to show up and kill us all. But even after Jiang Qing fully collapsed, they still didn't see any sign of the tiger demon. Master Jiuyuo let out a pig-like snort of laughter. I told you so. That Jiang Qing brat was never a threat. He and the assassin then started mutually flattering each other. Meanwhile, the Duanmu clan stared at Jiang Qing's body in deep thought. Why does this scene feel so familiar? Afraid that Jiang Qing was faking death again, the two of them hacked wildly at the body. They only stopped when he was reduced to minced meat. Surely he's dead for real this time, right? The assassin looked annoyed. Elder Duanmu, what's the meaning of this? Don't you trust my skills? Duanmu quickly explained. Jiang Qing is a master of playing dead. Our clan leader Duanmu Hong died because of it. Asterisk ding, asterisk. Post-death by assassination detected. Generating resurrection plan. The system then rewarded Jiang Qing with a Jujia talisman, claiming it was to help him avenge the assassination. Jiang Qing, however, was not impressed. Stupid system, stop trying to be dramatic. Can't you just boost me normally for once? Meanwhile, Qitsong and another person rushed over. Seeing Jiang Qing dead, he tried to loot him, but Elder Lu stopped him immediately. He had a bad feeling. As they were still arguing, a blue beam shot up into the sky behind them. Jiang Qing had resurrected. Now holding a Jujia talisman called Sky-Breaking Sandstorm, the two from the Duanmu clan immediately ran for their lives. What is he, a cockroach? You can't kill this guy. He was mincemeat, and still came back? Jiang Qing, wanting to show off in front of his disciples, specifically activated the transmission illusion technique. Watch closely, my disciples. Witness how I annihilate the 8 great sects. Just as he descended, a massive explosion erupted on sight. Everyone was blown to pieces by the immense spiritual power. Even Qisong and Elder Lu, watching from afar, were heavily injured. What kind of move is this? To have such power from that far away? Elder Lu was in shock. How does he have a Jojia Sandstorm talisman? Meanwhile, Tiger Bro at Feishuan's sect was deep in thought. He instantly recognized that it was a Jojia talisman, though it wouldn't harm him. It wasn't something someone of Jiang Qing's level should have. After finishing off the enemies, it was time for Jiang Qing's favorite activity, loot licking. But then the system offered him a trade. Turn in all the loot and get 10 free wishes. As a veteran gacha addict, Jiang Qing didn't hesitate. He immediately rolled a 10 pull, golden light streak through the air. And Jiang Qing not only drew a 100% success alchemy booster, he also got the pervert stealth skill. He began fantasizing about 3 girls bathing at once, and practically bounced 3 meters high. Once back at the sect, His first move was to look for Xiao Ji and Xiao Xue. The two girls thought he wanted to play something naughty, and immediately jumped into his arms from both sides. Off to the side, Lin Ning blushed and covered her chest. As expected, I lost in the figure department, thanks to his 3 gold 10-roll god tier lock. Jiangqing not only got stealth, but also drew the primordial treasure, Xuanji map. So once he returned to Feishan sect, he called Xiaoji and Xiaoxue, telling them, I'm going to teach you some special cultivation. The disciples all started gossiping immediately. Sect masters finally doing that, huh? After all, we're all men. We get it. Seeing everyone's comments getting more and more outrageous, Jiangqing snapped and yelled, clear the filthy thoughts from your heads. What I meant by special cultivation is this. He then took out the Xuanji map from his robe. This is my supreme treasure as the sect master. It can manipulate the flow of time. Training inside it is equivalent to hundreds of years for others. The two girls looked disappointed. They thought the sect master wanted to do something unspeakable with them. Turns out it was just boring training. After Jiang Cheng chanted a spell, the Xuanji map opened up a spatial passage. He led the two girls into a small alternate world. Upon landing, Xiao Ji realized the place was harsh and had no spiritual energy. How are we supposed to train here? Jiang Cheng took out his spatial ring and reassured them. In a blink, mountains of snacks and materials appeared. Eat all you want, said Jiang Cheng. Your sect master will supply everything. Faced with such generosity, the two girls patted their chests and promised not to let him down. Meanwhile, at Bayan Hall, Chi Song and Elder Lu helped each other back home. Chi Song didn't understand how someone at Jiang Cheng's level had a tier 9 talisman. Lu Zhang said Jiang Cheng must have gotten lucky and stumbled upon it. He must have found all his opportunities in the Feng Yuan realm. He then shared a brilliant plan with Chi Song. At the same time, Jiang Cheng emerged from the Xuanji map, planning to slack off and rest a bit. But a disciple rushed in to report. Sect Master, Elder Lu Zhong of Bayan Hall is here to visit. Seeing this uninvited old geezer, Jiang Cheng looked unamused. What do you want? I already handled the 8 sects. Lu Zhong handed over an invitation and said it was about something else. He came to invite Jiang Cheng to Bayan Hall's 40,000-year founding celebration. Hearing there'd be a feast, Jiang Cheng got interested. So what dishes will there be? Lu Zhong didn't expect this glutton to be so short-sighted, and started listing off a ton of dishes. Jiang Cheng, seeing how on point he was, happily accepted the invite. Little did he know, it was a trap banquet just for him. He was a prince of a nation, but at a banquet was slapped hard on the nose by a man, and insulted as a useless clown. Jiang Cheng had arrived alone at Bayan Hall after receiving Lu Zhong's invitation, but just as he approached the main gate, a gatekeeper blocked him, pointing to a side entrance instead. Jiang Cheng was instantly upset. Why can't I enter from the main gate? Look at who you are. You're just a sect master from some tiny clan. How dare you expect the same treatment as an imperial prince? Only then did Jiang Cheng realize the well-dressed man nearby was a prince. And the one beside him was Tian Go, Bayan Hall's grand elder. If this is how Bayan Hall treats guests, then I'll skip this crappy event. He turned and walked away. Lu Zhong, hiding behind the scenes, saw this and panicked. This idiot is ruining everything. He rushed over and grabbed Jiang Cheng's hand. Please don't go, Sect Master Jiang, only to be met with Jiang Cheng's flying fist. You old creep. What are you trying to pull? Lu Zhong was dumbfounded by the punch, but didn't dare fight back. He vented his anger on the gatekeeper instead. You blind fool. Sect Master Jiang is our honored guest, then respectfully invited Jiang Cheng to use the back entrance. Jiang Cheng instinctively clenched his cheeks. This old man. Is he into men? Want me to go through your back door? In your dreams. The commotion caught the attention of the prince and elder nearby. The grand elder used voice transmission to scold him. Lu Zhong, what nonsense are you pulling? If you disturb the prince again, you're finished. Lu Zhong could only kneel and beg Jiang Cheng not to stir trouble. That's the prince. We can't afford to offend him. To appease Jiang Cheng, he offered to let him enjoy a hot spring in the back mountain first, and kindly arranged 3 girls to accompany him. Our Xingyun pool rivals even the 4 realms' spiritual veins. Come enjoy it. Soon after, Jiang Cheng stepped out of the Xingyun pool, wearing a blissful expression. Lu Zhong fumed. For that one bath, I spent a whole month's salary. He then brought Jiang Cheng to Tongning Hall, the VIP hall. It must have been Jiang Cheng's lucky day. As soon as he walked in, a girl greeted him warmly. Lu Zhong introduced him, saying they were elite disciples of Bayan Hall. Their enthusiasm had a reason. They were after Jiang Cheng's Feng Yuan sword. The higher-ups told them Jiang Cheng carried great fortune. All these opportunities are hidden within his ring. A disciple remarked that there was still some time before the ceremony began. Why don't we play a little game to pass the time? Jiang Cheng knew that these people surely had no good intentions, but he still agreed with great interest. The game is called Guess the Item. Everyone needs to put their respective Feng Yuan swords on the table. Then the former guesses what items are in the latter's Feng Yuan sword. If guessed correctly, they can obtain the other person's item. Otherwise, they must give one item to the other. Jiangqing felt a bit gloomy. Why are these people so interested in their Fangyuan sorts? Logically, such a large sect should look down on his little snacks. But seeing their greedy expressions, Jiangqing lamented that this first sect of Feian continent is too pathetic. He then tossed his Fangyuan sword onto the table. Since you want to play? Let's do it. Then let me play with you properly. At that moment, the girl beside her said, guests should be treated kindly. Let me accompany Sect Master Jiang for a round. I bet there's a tier 7 spiritual weapon in your ring. Jiangqing lifted her chin and replied, you're wrong, Miss Lin. Now you've lost, and owe me a tier 7 spiritual weapon. The girl angrily flung her hand away. Impossible. I clearly heard you obtained the Duanmu clan's blood-melting blade. How could you not bring it? Jiangqing shrugged and said, I'm here for the celebration. Why would I bring such a weapon? But the girl insisted on checking her spatial ring. When a male disciple inspected it, he found it was completely empty. Everyone questioned Jiangqing's intentions. There's no rule against using an empty ring. The girl was furious. She had planned to take advantage of the game, but ended up having to give away a tier 7 weapon instead. The problem was she didn't even have one. Seeing her hesitate to pay up, Jiangqing scolded her for lacking integrity. If you can't. At that moment, a voice came from outside the room. I'll pay for her. It was Qisong, stepping out from the shadows. I wonder if my spirit sword, Lu Feng, is worthy of your taste, Sect Master Jiang. Jiangqing quickly accepted the sword. Young Master Qi, how generous of you. You finally showed yourself. Let's see what tricks you have next. The game resumed. This time, Jiangqing got a guess. He turned to a chubby male disciple. Then activated his insight skill. A blue panel appeared next to the disciple, revealing the full contents of his ring. Impressive, kid. You already have an 8-ring spirit armor at your age. The disciple was startled. That's his prized possession. How did he know? Qisong was also stunned. Not many in the entire 8 Loud Hall know Left Junior's silk crystal armor. How did Jiangqing find out? Could there be a mole among the elders? Jiangqing urged him to honor the bet. Hand over the armor. But the disciple stood up angrily. No way. You said the trap was for him, eh? Turns out I'm the one getting trapped? He fled the scene in a flash. But just as he flew out the door, a sword aura pierced his body. It was Qisong who ended him on the spot. Useless fool. You dare reveal my plan? Jiangqing didn't expect Qisong to be so ruthless. He just killed an inner sect elite, but at least he got the 8-ring spirit armor. Jiangqing then urged everyone to start the next round quickly. He couldn't wait, but Qisong declined, citing the upcoming ceremony. Soon, the ceremony was held in the main square. Qisong planned to take Jiangqing's opportunity during the banquet. He knocked over Jiangqing's wine cup with spiritual power, then grabbed his wrist while he was distracted. Jiangqing thought he was just a young boy, but just as Qisong was about to kill him on the spot, he was suddenly sealed within a formation. The one who acted was the Grand Elder. He also had his eyes on Jiangqing's fortune, hoping to swoop in and steal it. Qisong prepared to use a tier 9 talisman to destroy the old man. The Grand Elder was shocked. He warned that this was 8 Loud Hall. All your fellow seniors are here, even the crown. How dare you be so reckless? But Qisong felt invincible with his newfound fate. What couldn't he dare? He flung something from his ring. Everyone thought it was a tier 9 talisman. They panicked and scattered. Move it. I'm the prince. Let me go first. Seeing their panic, Jiangqing snapped. Are you all insane? It's just a spirit stone. And why'd you throw my stone? Qisong was dumbfounded. He clearly meant to throw a tier 9 talisman. Why did a measly spirit stone appear instead? While he was thinking, a sword aura severed his right hand, and his spatial ring was snatched by Lu Zhong. Now the fortune is mine. All of you, go to hell. With that, he prepared to put on the ring and kill everyone. But the next second, he was sneak attacked from behind by spiritual energy. The attacker was none other than the top disciple of 8 Cloud Hall. Thanks a lot, Qisong Long and friends. Thank you for delivering such a great opportunity to me. But the glory didn't last long. An enormous explosion erupted right behind him. And this time, the ring fell into the hands of Qi Yuansheng, master of 8 Cloud Hall. Wow. Are you guys experimenting with the human body? This scene was so entertaining that Jiangqing couldn't help applauding. At that moment, Prince Xiangba also took interest in the so-called opportunity. He ordered everyone to stop this farce immediately and hand the ring over to him. But Qi Yuansheng was unwilling to give up his prize. He pulled out the ancestral formation and prepared to destroy Xiangba. If you dare to kill me, tomorrow my Qianqing Empire will level your 8 Cloud Hall. What a joke. I've already obtained the opportunity. Now I possess countless 9th-tier talismans and immortal treasures, plus a contract with a tiger demon. You think I'd fear your Qianqing Empire? But just as he finished speaking, Qi Yuansheng sensed something was wrong. Jiangqing, you damn bastard. How dare you toy with me? Jiangqing looked confused. Why are you two suddenly cursing me? Xiangba continued to try persuading Qi Yuansheng. If you hand over the ring now, I can still let this go. You better think it through. If you want it that badly, then take it. He threw the ring away. Xiangba was delighted to receive it. He thought today, but he quickly realized the ring only contained some spirit stones and pills. That's right, Your Highness. We've all been played by that bastard Jiangcheng. Jiangcheng feigned innocence. You guys suddenly went crazy and snatched my ring. Furious, Xiangba demanded to know where the opportunity was hidden. Don't think I don't know you have 9th-tier talismans, a tiger demon contract, and immortal treasures. At that moment, Jiangcheng understood everything. So that's why they were after my ring. They think I defeated the 8 sects envoys just by picking up treasures? Seeing Jiangcheng unmoved, Xiangba decided to use force. As the 5-colored divine energy gathered around him, everyone believed Jiangcheng was doomed. But Jiangcheng, with his resurrection system, was thrilled. Finally, time to experience my cheat again. Xiangba had fully charged up. Brilliant spirit power condensed on his spirit sword. He thought he could kill Jiangcheng in one strike. But as the smoke cleared, Jiangcheng stood there completely unscathed. Turns out that after reaching Destiny Realm, Jiangcheng gained the Divine Axe ability. And it's even more powerful than the 5-colored Divine Axe. His is the Radiant Divine Axe. Jiangcheng was speechless. I just wanted to die. Why is it so hard? Xiangba was completely stunned. He never imagined Jiangcheng possessed the Radiant Divine Axe. But fortunately, Jiangcheng was only at early Destiny Realm. He still had a small edge in cultivation. He just needed to go all out to win. With that thought, Xiangba regained confidence. He unleashed his ultimate skill, Fight. Die, you loser. Jiangcheng got excited. Great. Hurry up and kill me. But after a huge explosion, Jiangcheng realized this guy was pathetically weak. He couldn't even break through Jiangcheng's symbolic barrier. I give up. If you can't beat me, why not call for backup? Then he slapped Xiangba hard, sending him flying 10 meters off the platform. Raised in luxury, Xiangba had never been humiliated like this. Listen up, everyone. Whoever kills Jiangcheng on the spot, the Qianqing Empire will reward you handsomely. The crowd went wild with excitement. Everyone pulled out their magical weapons to kill Jiangcheng. In the chaotic fight that followed, Jiangcheng was beaten into a pig head, but no one could kill him. Then Shi Yuanqing snapped. Out of my way, all of you. I'll end him with the ancestral formation. A massive light pillar descended. Jiangcheng was finally killed, as he wished. Well done, Shi Yuanqing. From today on, 8 Cloud Hall is an ally of the Qianqing Empire. No sect shall offend them. Ding. Post-death detected. Cause of death. Beaten to death by a mob. Generating recovery plan. The system then rewarded Jiangcheng with a drop of ancient Azure Dragon Essence. At the same time, a strange sound suddenly erupted above 8 Cloud Hall. Countless crimson bolts of lightning appeared overhead. Damn, could it be? And alarmed the heavens? Just then, a voice came from behind them. Are you done acting, you drama queens? They turned around and were shocked to see Jiangcheng was still alive. Behind him loomed a massive crimson dragon. With a single breath from the dragon, everyone present was instantly obliterated. The dragon then condensed a drop of essence from its brow. Jiangcheng caught it, confused. What exactly is this Azure Dragon Essence? But when he saw the system's description, he was stunned. Not because it was powerful, but because it was worth 9.8 billion chicken points. Jiangcheng asked the system to convert it immediately, but the system refused, saying it was a reward and non-exchangeable. Damn you, stingy system. So I guess I have no choice but to absorb it. After absorbing the Azure Dragon Essence, Jiangcheng moved on to his favorite looting phase. Wow, this big prince was loaded. Just 8th-tier spirit weapons alone, 6 pieces, and 8 Cloud Hall too. So rich. This haul was huge. After redeeming everything, his points hit 360,000. Just enough to upgrade the system. So he instantly chose to upgrade and unlocked a new feature. Spend points to boost a target by 1 major stage. Then came a system prompt. Tendral Lottery is on discount. Would the host like to try his luck? Jiangcheng didn't expect this system to be so generous. So he instantly clicked the Tendra button. As golden light flashed across the sky, he actually drew 4 divine artifacts at once. Among them, the Azure Fall Saint Breaker sword surpassed even 9th-tier spirit gear. It could ignore all defenses below the Saint Realm. Damn, this thing looks amazing. But with it, I might never get to revive again. Then he had a bright idea. Next time I go out, I'll just accidentally leave it behind. I really am a genius. Back at Feishan sect, Jiangcheng started distributing loot. Seeing the 8 spirit swords in hand, Xiaoji and Xiaoshui were dumbfounded. They never expected their sect master to be this generous. After all, there were only 4 such swords in the entire Flying Cloud continent, and he just gave away 2 like it was nothing. The 2 immediately flanked him to express their gratitude. Tiger Bro sensed something was off. When we left, he was still Destiny Stage 1. How is he suddenly Destiny Stage 4 in just 2 days? Meanwhile, in the distant Qianqing imperial capital, Emperor Xianggao was furiously raging in his throne room. Who killed my son? I'll flay him alive myself. Then the guards reported. According to what we've learned, That Jiangqing guy is the most suspicious. Because everyone who went at 8 Cloud Hall is dead, eh? Except for him, who came back safe and sound. Xiang Gao immediately ordered General Lu Ran to wipe out Feixian's sect. Whether Jiangqing is involved or not, Feixian's sect must be eliminated. But before he finished speaking, a young girl squeezed out of the crowd. Your Majesty, may I take care of this personally? This man used a secret technique to turn himself into a woman, huh? Just to peep on your disciple bathing. Feeling the heavy buns on his chest, Jiangqing was amazed by the technique. Even the touch feels real. He then planned to tease the adorable Xiaoji, but seeing her training so hard, he had no choice but to back off. Just then, her voice came from behind. Lingling, weren't you cultivating inside the scroll? Why did you sneak out? Fearing his identity would be exposed, Jiangqing made up an excuse and ran away. But what he didn't expect was, the transformation couldn't be undone manually. He had to wait for it to expire naturally. To avoid causing a scene in the sect, he had no choice but to hide in the back mountain. But just as he landed, a sound came from a nearby cave. He intended to investigate. But the next second, a black spiritual force pierced through his body. From inside the cave, Tiger Bro came rushing out. *T, this is bad. Why'd you kill Lingling? Seeing Tiger Bro panic, the Black Mist mocked. And you call yourself a demon king? How could you be so scared of the head of a small sect? Tiger Bro scolded him. You don't know crap. That brat is seriously creepy. Besides, I promised to be his sect guardian beast for 3 years. Now you're killing his disciple right under my nose. How can I still scare him now? This whole scene was seen by the dead Jiangqing. Oh, little tiger. Daring to mess with demons during work hours? Wait till I teach you a lesson later. Ding. Host killed by mysterious figure Mo Chen detected. Main soul triggered counterattack awarded. Then Jiangqing revived, and immediately lashed out at Tiger Bro. At that moment, Mo Chen sensed something off. Didn't he just kill a girl? Why was there now a man standing? Jiangqing told him. That was only my illusion clone. You dare act wild in my flying immortal sect? You're in big trouble, kid. Then he activated the insight skill to check Mo Chen's power. But above Mo Chen's head, only 3 question marks appeared. What's going on? Did my skill expire? Then the system informed Jiangqing. The opponent is not from this world, so insight cannot read him. Jiangqing realized this guy was a big deal, maybe even stronger than Big Huang. Tiger Bro was still trying to calm him down. It's all a misunderstanding. But Jiangqing didn't care. If Lin Ming had shown up instead, he might have actually died. No matter what, this menace must be dealt with. But Mo Chen sneered with disdain. A measly 4th-tier destiny cultivator, crushing you is as easy as squashing an ant. But right after he spoke, he suddenly screamed. Jiangqing had pulled out the soul trigger reward from the system. Now tell me, who's the ant? Tiger Bro urged him to calm down. That guy's an immortal lord. If you provoke him too far, we might both get killed. But upon learning about the soul trigger reward, Tiger Bro immediately changed his tone. Quick, make him bark like a dog, immortal lord. Then he told Jiangqing, if you infuse the soul into the reward and form a soul contract, he'll become your complete servant, your slave, basically. And just like that, a once mighty immortal lord became Jiangqing's underling. Who would have thought that a war hero of the immortal demon war would end up as Jiangqing's lackey? Just to compete with Tiger Bro for the top advisor spot, he shamelessly became a bootlicker. Turns out Jiangqing used the soul trigger to subdue Mo Chen and learned from his mouth. His title was Dark Extreme Immortal Lord. He fought in the immortal demon war 100,000 years ago, got swarmed by hordes of crazy demons, eventually shattered during a tribulation, and fled pitifully to the mortal realm. He had to hide and recover inside the blood-melting blade. Jiangqing never imagined such a small weapon would hide such a big shot. He praised Tiger Bro for sharp insight, spotting the hidden secrets so easily. He promised a huge bowl of cat food as reward. Tiger Bro looked smug. Now you see how important I am, huh? Then he asked Mo Chen about his current strength. Turns out he could only instantly kill those below the palace realm. Jiangqing looked unimpressed. That's it. Then he took Tiger Bro and prepared to leave. Told Mo Chen to follow with the luggage. Mo Chen was dumbfounded. You're only 4th-tier destiny yourself, and I can instantly kill 9th-tier destiny. Isn't that enough? To not lose face in front of Jiangqing, Mo Chen declared he'd sacrifice his soul to kill anyone below Saint Realm. Happy now? But Jiangqing's casual attitude disappointed him deeply. His pride took a massive hit. Then give me the soul trigger back. I'll make your flying immortal sect invincible on Earth and crush this tiger with one hand. Tiger Bro snapped angrily. You backstabbing maniac. Did you forget who's been taking care of you lately? The two of them soon got into a heated back-and-forth argument. At that moment, Mo Chen said, just get me some Saint Soul pills, and I'll give you a #1 under heaven plaque. Jiangqing thought for a bit. He had quite a few pills stockpiled from all the lotteries. Why not give him a try? He then pulled out a droplet pearl jade dew herb from his pocket. Mo Chen was stunned. This kid must be the legendary child of heaven's will. How else could someone at his cultivation level own such a rare herb? He snatched the herb from Jiang Cheng's hand and began munching it down with a crunch. Kid, keep your eyes open and watch. A red glow flashed, and Emo-chan was instantly rejuvenated. Seeing the powerful energy radiating from him, Tiger Bro couldn't believe one herb could restore his full strength. Well, kid, from now on, I've got your back. No one on this continent can touch you. Jiang Cheng quickly waved him off. If you handle everything, how am I supposed to freeload system rewards? He then asked if Emo-chan could train others. After getting a yes, Jiang Cheng appointed him as the chief trainer. Then the three returned to the sect. Xiaoji rushed up to Jiang Cheng, like a little wife reunited with her husband. Master, where have you been? I was so worried. Jiang Cheng comforted her, saying he was just out looking for a training mentor. He then introduced Emo-chan to the disciples. From now on, he'll be the training elder of Feishin 1. Feel free to ask him anything about cultivation. The disciples all greeted him in unison. Elder Emo-chan. Emo-chan nodded with satisfaction. He then used a divine stone to test everyone's aptitude. When he scanned Xiao, he discovered she had the 7-aperture exquisite body. This can't be. How could a small sect like this have 2 children of heaven's will? But even more shocking, Lingming also had imperial hidden bloodline. Emo-chan was dumbfounded. Are children of heavens will not rare anymore? Jiang Cheng became curious about the imperial hidden bloodline. Do you know how to cultivate it? Emo-chan replied, it should be trained with dark-type techniques. And I, as the Dark Supreme Immortal, am the #1 dark cultivator. If this girl takes me as her master, I guarantee she'll become the strongest dark type in the mortal. Lingming immediately objected. My destined master can only be you, sect master. Jiang Cheng didn't expect her to be so loyal. But sadly, he knew nothing about dark techniques. To not hold her back, he gently persuaded her to accept Emo-chan. Just then, Big Huang approached Jiang Cheng. Pointing at the sky, a fragment is coming. Jiang Cheng was stunned. World star fragments can grow legs or what? Then he saw a massive group. It was Princess Ningdi of the Qianxin Empire. Her brother was beaten to death. Yet the sister knelt and proposed to his killer. It turned out that after learning the ancestor emperor planned to destroy Feishin's sect, Ningdi volunteered to handle the matter herself. The ancestor emperor initially refused, but couldn't withstand her weeping and threats. He finally gave in, but only if her guard followed her closely. Yet when she arrived at Feishin's sect, her high-level spirit beast was nearly scared to death by Tiger Bro's Demon King bloodline. To avoid scaring them off, Tiger Bro hid his strength. Princess Ningdi stepped off her ride. The guard urged everyone to bow and welcome her. Jiang Cheng didn't bother. Got something to say it. If not, scram. The guard, enraged by his lack of respect, was about to draw his weapon. Thankfully, Ningdi stepped in just in time to save her guard. She turned and asked Jiang Cheng if she could come inside and talk, seeing such a polite girl. Jiang Cheng became intrigued. Let's see what you're really up to. Once inside the main hall, she explained her purpose. Her brother Xiangba had perished during the 8-Cloud Hall disaster. And since Jiang Cheng was the only survivor, he might know the truth. Jiang Cheng realized what this was about, and admitted it outright. Seeing her disbelief, he threw out a spirit sword as proof. Isn't this Prince Xiangba's personal sword, Golden Longevity? There was no denying it now. The officer began deploying his troops. Seeing the glittering formation ahead, Jiang Cheng thought they were redecorating for him. Emo-chan explained it was the Vajra Banner Gorge formation. It allows you to fight enemies a whole realm above you. And he was willing to go all in to impress Jiang Cheng. Master, I'm willing to damage my own soul to break the formation for the sect. Jiang Cheng said, that won't be necessary. We still have little Tiger, don't we? But Emo-chan called Tiger Bro an ungrateful beast. Tiger Bro flew into a rage. Didn't think you'd be the shady, old mutt, corrupting the vibe from day one. He then revealed his strength as a demon king, and asked Jiang Cheng, wipe them all or spare the girls. Nobody steps on me that easy. Just then, Ningti broke the Vajra Banner Gorge formation. The burly guard was stunned. He asked why the princess did that, but Ningti sternly warned him not to act on his own again, or I'll behead you on the spot. Tiger Bro immediately mocked Emo-chan. You needed to damage your soul to break it, but a little girl did it effortlessly. Aren't you embarrassed? Emo-chan quickly explained it was different. She broke it from within. I was attacking from outside, and she's no ordinary girl. She has nylon dragon bloodline. Jiang Cheng thought it sounded impressive at first, but upon learning it's just a minor dragon lineage, he looked thoroughly unimpressed. Sure, it's not top-tier talent, but at least show a bit of interest, right? Ningti sighed. She told her men, Sect Master Jiang is a victim too. The real culprit is someone else. As for my brother's remains, Jiang probably just stumbled upon them. She then gifted Jiang Cheng a 1,000-year gold coin. Although Jiang Cheng disliked her roundabout ways, he didn't act as long as she showed no hostility. Ningti said she was weary from travel and wanted to rest for the night. She thought she could win him over with her beauty. But Jiang Cheng demanded a lodging fee. Ningti asked, annoyed. Snacks or pills? Jiangcheng pointed at her maid. I want her hairpin. Turns out his insight skill revealed. The maid had 9th Dao skill level, and her hairpin was a world star fragment. Ningti glanced at the maid, and upon her nod, handed the hairpin to Jiangcheng. He was delighted to receive such a treasure. Immediately arranged rooms for everyone. Back in the guest room, Ningti served the maid. Please sit, Venerable Lan. That Jiangcheng was so rude. Why did you stop Yahello from killing him? The woman scoffed coldly. You were practically stepping into death's door. You nearly dragged me with you. She had realized Tiger Bro was the great demon who destroyed the Ziyuan Holy Land. Ziyuan had 4 saint-level experts. Even they couldn't kneel the tiger. Ningti was shaken. He had underestimated the tiger demon's power. He was far beyond the rumored 9th-tier destiny. Then he asked if Lan Venerable could assassinate Jiangcheng and tame the tiger for their use. But she rejected his naive plan. That level of demon isn't something we can control. While they were still plotting, Lan Venerable suddenly sensed a rapid surge of spiritual energy. Turns out just earlier, Jiangcheng gave the world heart fragment to Big Huang. After Big Huang crunched it down, Jiangcheng used a secret technique to raise the Flying Immortal Sect spirit vein to tier 5. Imochen was stunned. He'd lived thousands of years and never seen anything so insane. Tiger Bro told him to relax. This kid mixes tech and madness every other day. You'll get used to it. Looking at Jiangcheng, Imochen doubted he was just a child of destiny. He must be Destiny's firstborn. Upgrading spirit veins? That's just absurd. Just then, Ningti and her group rushed over. Unsurprisingly, they were also shocked by Jiangcheng's antics. Lan Venerable reminded her to stick to the plan. Ningti then seductively expressed her affection to Jiangcheng and invited him to attend the heaven worship ceremony of Qianxin Empire. Seeing the kneeling princess, Jiangcheng agreed without hesitation. After all, who'd say no to a free offer like this? Ningti sneered, as expected. You took the bait. Jiangcheng never expected a princess would offer herself up, even inviting him to marry her in the royal capital. Jiangcheng naturally wouldn't miss out on such a good opportunity. He happily agreed on the spot. But Xiaoji thought it was too dangerous to go to the Qianxin dynasty, where too many powerful cultivators resided. Hearing this, saying he was willing to follow the sect master and ensure his safety, Tiger Bro didn't expect this old guy to be so shameless, offering to do everything. So he also requested to accompany Jiangcheng. Jiangcheng was surprised. Even proud Tiger Bro is trying to suck up to me? Looks like I need to keep them on edge more often. But in the end, he refused Tiger Bro. If you come, how will I freeload system rewards? Soon, Jiangcheng and Princess Ningdi arrived at the Qianxin dynasty. Everyone listen up. No one is allowed to disturb Sect Master Jiang without my permission. But as soon as Jiangcheng entered the inn, a bunch of arrogant young nobles came looking for trouble. Jiangcheng, you lowlife, get out and die. Do you even know your own status? You think you're worthy of Princess Ningdi? Jiangcheng immediately recognized these 3 as useless NPCs. He mocked, you guys were so bad at it, that the princess had to travel across the land to find me. The 3 were furious at his insult. They drew their swords and charged at him. Meanwhile, Ningti received word from the inn. The blue-robed elder was enraged. Those 3 lust-crazed pigs are ruining everything. He was about to return to help Jiangcheng, but Ningti stopped him. Wait, elder, I may not match your strength, but I excel in crisis handling. Those nobles have no real skills. They won't be able to kill Jiangcheng right away. Let's wait until he's overwhelmed. Then step in. That way, he'll be forever grateful to us. But little did they know Jiangcheng had already one-shot them all, as he looted happily. Ningdi and the elder arrived at the scene. Seeing the scene before her, Ningti couldn't believe Jiangcheng killed them all. Jiangcheng showed no politeness. So this is how your Qianxin dynasty treats guests? The princess was furious. You bastard, you cause a huge mess. And now you're blaming me? She told him to go get Tiger Bro. The mess was beyond salvaging. Seeing that she only cared about Tiger Bro, Jiangcheng got mad. All you care about is that dumb tiger. I'm his master, you know? It's not his place to speak for me. Ningti thought he didn't understand the gravity of the situation. She told him the identity of the 3 men. 2 were royal family members. The other was the disciple of a national guardian elder. Each of them was untouchable. But Jiangcheng just scoffed. Just a bunch of elite bootlickers. Let them come find me if they dare. Worried things would spiral out of control. The blue-robed elder urged Ningti to summon Ancestor Emperor. This man is weak as hell, yet he dares offend royalty and even beat them up publicly? While Jiangcheng was still happily looting, the elders of the 3 men arrived. You dog! You killed my son and ruined our clan. Today I will tear you into pieces. They planned to capture Jiangcheng alive and torture him slowly. Jiangcheng panicked. Hey, I came here to die, not to get tortured. The elder had already finished preparing his spell. Countless sword energies blasted toward Jiangcheng. He scrambled to draw his sword in defense. Luckily, his Radiant Divine Axe was strong enough to barely block the attack. I have to provoke them into using full power to kill me. He taunted them, saying, "Not only did I kill your sons, I even hit their groins with the spirit sword." The elders were enraged beyond reason. They vowed to leave nothing of him behind. As the energy spheres approached, Jiangqing smiled with satisfaction, and in the next instant, amidst the massive explosion, he turned into a soul form. Ding, post-death detected. Cause of death, beaten to death by a mob. The system rewarded him with the soul remnant of the Thunder Dragon, then a massive dragon covered in purple lightning, soared above the Huang capital, Jiang. Looking at the dragon scale in his hand, Jiangqing marveled at how flashy this new cheat was. Everyone was dumbfounded the moment they saw Jiangqing appear. That's impossible. From his aura, he was clearly already dead. Jiangqing couldn't be bothered to waste words. He threw a dragon fist right away. Although the move looked fierce, it lacked real power. His opponent easily blocked it with a single slash. Only then did Jiangqing realize the system had screwed him. The dragon remnant not to resolve this current crisis. At that moment, the dragon soul approached Jiangqing. Through contact, he learned the soul came from the devoted dragon dynasty. It had the ability to control the National Protection Formation. Jiangqing immediately pulled out a summoning scroll. How could such a flashy moment go without an audience? In the next second, the blue-robed elder appeared behind him. He thought Jiangqing was begging him to save him. So he demanded Tiger Bros dance and threw a punch. But Jiangqing gently stroked the dragon scale and told him to open his eyes and watch. He was about to put on a show. Meanwhile, in the Imperial Palace, Xiang Dao was mobilizing the Imperial Guards to go deal with Jiangqing. Turns out, under the blue-robed elder's request, Princess Ningdi had no choice but to seek help from Xiang Dao. But just as he ordered the troops to head for the inn, beams of purple light shot up into the sky. It was Jiangqing activating the National Protection Formation. Soon, the arrogant nobles of the royal family were all shot through the heart by countless arrows. Jiangqing got excited at the sight. He wondered how much good loot he'd get this time. Meanwhile, in the palace, Xiang Dao witnessed the scene and was completely stunned. This can't be. How did Jiangqing manage to activate his formation? He turned pale and demanded Ningdi tell him everything she knew. The girl was being dissected in public by a pervert. Yet instead of being mad, he blushed and begged the guy to take him. Turns out after Jiangqing acquired the dragon remnant soul, he used its power to massacre the entire imperial city. Yet he could subdue a tiger demon of that level, and now somehow triggered the National Protection Formation of the devoted dragon dynasty. Just as he was racking his brain over it, Jiangqing flaunted a whole gourd full of pills. As his cultivation surged crazily, the blue-robed elder was utterly stunned. Sure, those were rare pills, but wasn't this a bit much? He then revealed his true face. Sect Master Jiang, let's start over. I'm blue-robed, descendant of the ancients. Looking at the stunning beauty before him, Jiangqing blushed like a schoolboy. She's way too pretty. Just as he was scheming how to win her over, Blue-robed spoke first. Sect Master Jiang, please have the Tiger Demon Elder act. Help me seize the 4-element crown from the dynasty. It turns out the 4-element crown can alter fate itself. It absorbs the joys and sorrows of the people each day, and tricks the dynasty into surviving longer. Jiangqing didn't really get it, but he figured the thing brings good luck. Seeing Blue-robe's anxious face, he suddenly knew how to break down her defenses. If you're willing to be my woman, then I'll use the formation to get you that crown. But just as he turned to leave, Blue-robed reached out and stopped him. Wait, I'm willing. After all, the 4-element crown was too important to her. Besides, the guy was handsome and insanely gifted. Giving in didn't seem like a bad deal. But Jiangqing sighed softly. Forget it. I don't need a woman who's faking it. Turns out Jiangqing didn't hear the system chime in. That meant Blue-robed wasn't truly submitting to him. Damn you, playing me like a fool. Just wait. Xiang Gao's going to kill you. With that, she whooshed off into the sky. At that moment, a eunuch approached. He came with an imperial order to summon Jiangqing. Jiangqing soon arrived at the palace and saw Blue-robed again. This time, she didn't say a word and gave him a deep bow, which scared the hell out of Jiangqing. What's this all about? Blue-robe told him that even though she's a royal princess, she lived every day in fear. Her maid not only had terrifying cultivation, but also constantly plotted to kill her and the ancestral emperor. Jiangqing immediately realized she was talking about Blue-robed. Don't you guys have a national formation? Just blast her with it. But Blue-robe's eyes welled with tears. She was cursed. If she revealed anything, she'd be killed on the spot. That's why I never dared to act rashly. So you're trying to use me to kill her? Ning Ti told him that during tomorrow's heaven worship ceremony, she and the ancestor emperor would create an opportunity for Ning to kill her. She then threw herself into Jiangqing's arms. As long as the task is done, Master Jiang, you'll be my prime minister, second only to the emperor in the entire dynasty. Jiangqing was thrilled by the offer. He agreed on the spot. His flirtation made Ning Ti blush. You're so annoying, Master Jiang. We can savor the moment after the job is done. With that, She slipped away from Jiang Cheng. Jiang Cheng was still savoring her charm. What a seductive little vixen. How could I sleep through this long night? Little did he know. Ning Ti was scowling. You scumbag, and you think you can monopolize me? The moon ceremony will be your day of doom. To deal with her own maid. This princess offered her body in exchange, and begged a man to kill her for her. Facing such an offer, Jiang Cheng naturally wouldn't say no. But at this moment, Ning Ti's face was dark with rage. This scumbag thinks he can claim me? The moon ceremony will be your funeral. The next morning, Jiang Cheng was invited to the palace for the ceremony. They had long heard of Master Zhang's elegance. Seeing it today confirms the rumors. Jiang Cheng was very pleased with the compliments. Even the emperor is sucking up to me? At that moment, Ning Ti claimed she was gifted since childhood. How about my maid and I perform a dance for Master Jiang? Jiang Cheng realized this was the opportunity to kill Blue Robe, as Ning Ti planned. He agreed decisively. Soon, Blue Robe at the center sensed something was off. Damn, this formation was a setup. Seeing the perfect chance, Ning Ti urged Jiang Cheng to strike down Blue Robe quickly. But Jiang Cheng was torn. They're both so beautiful. Who should I help? He activated insight to observe the scene more closely. Sure enough, this tramp had bad intentions. She planted assassins all around me, clearly planning to kill me afterward. Jiang Cheng swung his zero sword. The next second, assassins dropped from the roof. You old emperor. You promised to promote me after killing Blue Robe, but instead you hit assassins over my head. Seeing this, Xiang Gao was shocked. I clearly used a formation to hide all auras. How did he know? Meanwhile, the betrayed Blue Robe was furious. Ning Ti, you ungrateful traitor. You dare set me up? She tried to use a curse to kill Ning Ti. But no matter what, Ning Ti was unharmed. Turns out 2 saints had helped her remove the curse beforehand. Blue Robe now deeply regretted it. She'd been too obsessed with the 5 demons lately. That gave Ning Ti room to maneuver, right under her nose. Facing 2 saintesses of equal strength, Blue Robe knew she had to team up with Jiang Cheng to stand a chance. She stripped down, revealing her true form. She asked Jiang Cheng to take care of Xiang Gao and Ning Ti. She would hold off the 2 saintesses, but Jiang Cheng was too mesmerized by her looks to hear what she said. Blue Robe thought he was scared stiff, so she asked if he could handle it. Jiang Cheng stood up straight. A man never says no. He summoned Li Luan's remnant soul to activate the battle armor array. Xiang Gao was shocked that he couldn't control the array. Then Saint Yu Liang made the first move. He extended a magic hammer and summoned multiple parts above. Next second, those parts shot toward Blue Robe. Blue Robe barely blocked them with an immortal-grade item. Jiang Cheng, seeing her struggling, activated the array to ease her burden. As beams of light rained down, the battlefield was filled with casualties. The 2 saints decided to take out Jiang Cheng first. After all, she was low-level yet wielded such a powerful array. Saint Han Yuanhua shouted a spell at her. Jiang Cheng instantly lost consciousness. She didn't expect that spell to be so strong. When she opened her eyes again, she was back in modern society. Jiang Cheng, what are you daydreaming about? Finish your tasks before placing any orders today. At that moment, the system popped up. Detected workplace PU harassment toward host. Mission issued. Tame your boss lady. Jiang Cheng didn't expect his system to be so considerate. He immediately pinned Blue Robe against the wall. Sweetheart, just give in to me. Ever since Jiang Cheng was hypnotized by the saint, she had been dreaming a springtime fantasy. In the dream, she boldly took down Blue Robe. But in reality, she looked like a creepy pervert. As Jiang Cheng grew increasingly deranged, Blue Robe knew she had to wake her quickly. Otherwise, once Xiang Gao fully controlled the battle array, her death was certain. But her intentions were instantly seen through by the saint. Don't even think about saving her. He then used his spell to command Jiang Cheng to kill herself. With a crack, Jiang Cheng snapped her own neck on the spot. Host death detected. Cause of death, spell execution. The system then granted her 1 minute of advanced spell control. Meanwhile, Blue Robe was being ganged up on outside. As parts shattered around her, Blue Robe realized this was the end for her. Though unwilling, she raised her broken sword to end it all. But just then, Jiang Cheng revived in a beam of light. You bastards dared to ruin my dream. Unforgivable. She immediately used a spell to order Xiang Gao to strip, then turned her gaze toward the 2 saints. In no time at all 3 were stark naked in front of Jiang Cheng. To torment them further, she made them wrestle each other on the spot and deeply explore philosophical questions. Ning Ti blushed furiously watching this scene. Ancestor Emperor, stop making weird noises. Where is my body? As the trio wrestled intensely, a pillar of light suddenly descended. It was the arrival of the 2 saints' master, Elder Jin Huan. You wretches, cease this at once. Blue Robe told Jiang Cheng, that's the Grand Elder of the Holy Land. He's a saint-level cultivator. You better be careful. But Jiang Cheng, armed with her cheat, didn't care who he was. She pointed and said one word, strip, and Elder Jin Huan began undressing. He couldn't believe he was actually attracted to this low-level cultivator. Then he joined the wrestling match. Blue Robe was completely dumbfounded. He can even control Saint-level experts? Is she really only at Destiny Realm? Elder Jinhuan realized he couldn't break free of Jiang Cheng's control, so he gathered all his spiritual power into his right hand and shattered his own true spirit stone with a slap. In the next instant, his true body woke up 1,000 miles away in the Holy Land. Jiang Cheng, you brat, I will grind your bones to dust. Back on the battlefield, Jiang Cheng was ready to end it. Under spell control, the three men began beating each other. Moments later, they all dropped dead. Seeing this, Ning Ti tried to sneak away, but Blue Robe wouldn't let that coward escape. She chased after him with her sword. Meanwhile, Jiang Cheng started looting the battlefield. By trading 4 world spirit veins and dragon remains, he earned a total of 700,000 points. That was enough to upgrade the system. So Jiang Cheng upgraded without hesitation and gained a new skill, Resurrection. He could now revive any target by spending points. Now he could confidently take his chicks out adventuring. Then Jiang Cheng turned into a gacha addict, spending all his remaining points on tin pulls. Seeing rare treasures fill the screen, Jiang Cheng was thrilled by the quality of his loot. He even pulled a grand formation core. Perfect. My sect lacked a proper array. Just then, Blue Robe returned. She immediately asked if she could have the Sifong Dome. Using insight, he saw it was just a 6-realm spiritual tool. Its ability was mostly for accumulating energy. Jiang Cheng waved it off, saying she could have it. He then asked if she wanted to come home and build civilization with him. Blue Robe blushed at the suggestion, though tempted. She still had unfinished business to attend to. Seeing her so shy, Jiang Cheng didn't push it. After all, he still had Little Chick and Little Snow. Before leaving, he told her to think it over. If she made up her mind, she could find him at Facian's sect. He patted a disciple's head before leaving. The disciple's cultivation talent instantly rose a tier. Ever since upgrading his system to level 6, Jiang Cheng had gained a skill to forcibly boost others' realms. He then bid farewell to Blue Robe and returned to Facian's sect. Upon arrival, he gathered everyone to divide the loot. First, he gave the 9-colored holy pill to Mo Chang as a reward for guiding the disciples in cultivation. Mo Ching was moved to tears. He never expected such a generous gift from the sect master. The 9-colored holy pill is the highest grade pill in the mortal realm. Next, Jiang Cheng gave a 9th grade spirit sword to Luo Yuan. Everyone panicked when they saw the parts, because the sword was a rocket. The exclusive weapon of Earth Elephant Blade. Did the sect master wipe out the Qianxin dynasty? Jiang Cheng said it was just a small matter. Who told them to plot against me? Then Jiang Cheng decided to test a new system skill. He used the system to scan the female disciples' aptitudes. He found Xiaoji and Lin Ming both had 13 roots. Upgrading once would cost hundreds of thousands of points. He turned to look at Mo Chen beside him. Turns out this guy only had 4th tier roots, and he calls himself an immortal? So weak. In the end, based on cost performance, Jiang Cheng chose to upgrade Luo Yuan's roots. The next moment, Luo Yuan glowed with intense purple light. His bone root talent rose from 5th to 4th tier. This scene stunned Hu Gu and Mo Chen. How was that possible? Even the Heavenly Tao can't upgrade someone else's roots. Hu Gu said it was all tricks. Old Mo, why are you making a fuss? Mo Chen said, your forehead sweat hasn't even been wiped. Stop pretending. Then the other disciples begged Jiang Cheng to upgrade theirs too. But he didn't have that many points. So he said it was to help Luo Yuan not fall behind. He claimed it was because of Luo Yuan's slow cultivation. Clearly, that excuse didn't convince anyone. So root upgrades are a reward for slackers now. The next day, all disciples chose to slack off, which infuriated Jiang Cheng. Yet when he questioned them, everyone said their talent was too low. They couldn't possibly keep up with Elder Ji and Lin Ning. So they hoped the sect master would help boost theirs too. Jiang Cheng refused to coddle them. He took out the Xian map and led everyone to train, while everyone was excited for potential benefits. They didn't know they were just his laborers. Thought I couldn't handle you. At that moment, Luo Yuan ran in, flustered. Sect master, I think you've offended the Star Holy Land again. This is a prideful little tiger. Though it has world-ending power, all it thinks about daily is slacking off. No matter how Jiang Cheng disciplined him, he always acted indifferent. But today he humbled himself and approached Jiang Cheng. He was even willing to be a chess piece. Turns out Hu Gu had witnessed his ability to enhance roots. Now he was eager to be upgraded too. Coincidentally, Jiang Cheng received a letter from Star Holy Land. He thought it was a challenge. But when he opened it, it was from Lan Yi. Turns out Lan Yi was grateful for Zhang's gift, so he invited him to train at Star Holy Land. Though the wording was subtle, Jiang Cheng knew it was a recruitment attempt. He asked De Huang for his opinion. De Huang said the spiritual energy at Qianling Jade was very rich. It was an ideal place to settle. So Jiang Cheng made a decision. He asked Luo Yuan to gather the disciples for an announcement. Soon all disciples assembled at the hall. They were confused, unsure of what was happening. Jiang Cheng said he would move the sect to Qianling Jade. because the spiritual energy here in Feiyan continent was too weak, not suitable for rapid expansion. Then he had Xiao Shui send them into the Xian map. He would bring them out once he confirmed the new site. The hall instantly became empty. Only 2 people and 1 tiger remained. Hu Gu realized this brat was up to something. He warned beforehand. Qianling Jade is 80,000 miles away. If you want me to go, you better upgrade my routes. Jiang Cheng was surprised Hu Gu offered himself. He was about to agree, but then saw Hu Ji's routes were tier 2. Upgrading would cost nearly 70 million points. Selling him wouldn't even cover it. So Jiang Cheng had to reply awkwardly. My techniques are only for sect members. You're just a security guard, not even a good one. Hu Gu was furious. With your weak power, you won't reach Qianling. Jiang Qing said he could teleport instantly with his spell, but Hu Gu didn't buy it. No way such a power exists. Yet as soon as he said that, Jiang Cheng vanished into thin air. Hu Gu was stunned. He didn't expect that brat could really teleport. And you forgot to take me, your lord, with you. Cut to the next scene. Jiang Cheng had arrived at Qianling Jade, as expected of a sacred land. The spiritual energy density here felt like a 5th-rank spirit vein. But just then, a powerful pressure appeared before Jiang Cheng. It was a disciple from Star Holy Land. They mistook him for an intruder. Seeing they were women, Jiang Cheng didn't bother arguing. He asked them to summon the sect leader, saying her husband had come to find her. The 2 women were instantly furious. How dare this scoundrel flirt with our sect leader? Seeing they were about, Jiang Cheng had no choice but to use his spiritual power to block the attack. Aunt Lan, if you don't come out now, I'm really going to fight back. When the women heard the name Aunt Lan, they stopped their attack. You came to see Aunt Lan? The man came to the Holy Land to find a close relative, but was nearly killed by her 2 besties. Thankfully, he mentioned Aunt Lan's name just in time. Soon after, led by the women, Jiang Cheng arrived at a shabby hut, staring at the rundown house. Jiang Cheng couldn't believe the sect leader lived in such a dump. Just then, Aunt Lan walked out. She told Jiang Cheng she was the chief of the witch tribe of the Xini clan, not the sect leader of Mingxing Holy Land. She was currently living here as a dependent. Jiang Cheng was shocked by how badly Aunt Lan was doing. He had even come hoping to live off her. Aunt Lan said she had no choice. Her tribe had been annihilated by the 8 holy lands. Now, she was the only one left, a poisoned seedling. As they were talking, a voice yelled, "Demo." It turned out people from Buyu Holy Land had arrived. They were here to avenge the Qianxin dynasty. You people are truly ruthless. I've already hidden away here. Must you still hunt me down? Just as tension reached its peak, the sect leader of Mingxing Holy Land, Qingxua Zuns, arrived. He told the Buyu crowd to calm down now. There must be a misunderstanding about the Qianxin affair. He knew Aunt Lan's strength well. It was impossible she killed 2 9th-stage Dao cultivators, but they claimed the Grand Elder's divine spirit envoy was present. He saw it with his own eyes. There could be no mistake. Qingxua Zuns was shocked. If that old man was there, how did Aunt Lan survive? Seeing his hesitation, they cupped their fists and summoned the Grand Elder Jinghuan Zuenqing. Moments later, Jinghuan's divine spirit envoy appeared in midair. He immediately demanded that Mingxing Holy Land hand over Aunt Lan, or be deemed enemies of Buyu Holy Land. At those words, Qingxua, you Buyu people are truly overbearing. Do you take my Mingxing Holy Land for nothing? What if I refuse to hand her over? The scene immediately became tense. At this point, Jiang Cheng shouted from below, "Old Lantern." Only then did Jinghuan notice Jiang Cheng's presence. Instantly, painful memories came flooding back. To avoid being humiliated in public again, he shattered his own divine spirit envoy on the spot. Everyone watching was stunned. What the heck just happened? Then the divine envoy questioned Jiang Cheng. What did you do to him? Jiang Cheng said, I didn't do anything. Your ancestor ran off when I glared at him. The 2 envoys were furious at his arrogance, and immediately drew their swords to execute him, which was exactly what Jiang Cheng wanted. He couldn't wait to test out his new look. But he didn't expect their technique to be a dual cultivation art, and worse, a twisted male-male dual cultivation one. The man had just arrived and was already being hunted down by these freaks, faced with their perverse technique. This time Jiang Cheng didn't mess around. He drew his sword and struck. With the Qingluo holy sword actively protecting him, Jiang Cheng blocked their attack effortlessly. The 2 envoys were shocked. How was that possible? That strike would have flattened even a saint-level cultivator. But he's completely unharmed. Jiang Cheng smugly showed off. I never had the chance to use this treasure before. Today I'll show off the power of the Qingluo holy sword. The envoys realized they couldn't win head-on, so they used magic to immobilize Jiang Cheng in midair. But with Aunt Lan assisting, they broke the illusion in seconds. Jiang Cheng seized the opportunity and slashed with fierce sword energy. Both envoys were hit and knocked out in confusion. The watching Qingxua Zuns was stunned. This man just entered the palace realm and already has such a treasure? He must be the son of heaven's will. Too bad he's so arrogant. Offending Buyu Holy Land like this, he won't live long. Just then, Emochin, the old Tian dog, popped out from a hidden path. Master is mighty. One strike and he took down 2 ninth-stage Dao cultivators. Jiangcheng was all smiles from the flattery, but Elder Qingshu suddenly walked over. He told Jiangcheng and Lan Yi to flee overnight. That way, they might still avoid the Silent Emperor's pursuit. But just as he said that, a powerful surge of spiritual energy erupted on the scene. What's going on? Why did the Silent Emperor's spiritual vein suddenly rise to tier 8? Jiangcheng sighed softly. What a silly girl. Then he called De Huang over. Why did you upgrade her spiritual vein for no reason? De Huang replied, Isn't this our new home? Hearing their conversation, Elder Qishu was dumbfounded. Who is this girl? She can actually enhance spiritual veins? Immediately, Elder Qingshu's attitude did a complete 180. He was just about to drive them out of the Silent Empire. Now he was begging them to stay. Jiangcheng patted his shoulder and said, You're not too bad for an old lady. Unlike those old fools who always try to snatch my fortunes. But in the end, Jiangcheng still rejected his offer, because he already had a better idea, to take down the Silent Emperor himself. Lonnie wanted to talk him out of it. After all, the Silent Emperor had 3 Saint Mirror-level experts. But seeing Jiangcheng so confident, he realized, was Senior Hu here too? That pissed Jiangcheng off. All you ever think about is Senior Hu. Why don't you go cry to that tiger then? He turned to ask Emochin where Hugo was now. Emochin immediately used a spirit stone to locate Hugo, reporting, Sect Master. That low-level brat with no offline mode and weaker than me just left Qinglan Prefecture. Meanwhile, Hugo was sneezing violently. Damn. So many sneezes, it must be that old dog Emochin talking behind my back. Once Jiangcheng realized Hugo wouldn't interfere, he said goodbye and instantly flew toward the Silent Empire to destroy the arrogant Silent Empire. This cunning guy Jiangcheng disguised himself as their ancestor. With just words, he sparked a civil war within them. After arriving in Yinling Mountain from Qinling Jade, he saw that all the townsfolk were packing and fleeing overnight. He learned it was because 2 sacred lands were about to go to war. People were escaping to avoid getting caught in the crossfire. Jiangcheng fell deep into the Silent Empire was full of experts. If he attacked recklessly, even 3 revival chances might not be enough. Then an idea struck him. He immediately thought of a way to wipe them out in one go. He used a secret art to disguise himself as Mirror Ring, that old fool, then swaggered right into the Silent Empire. The disciples thought he was their patriarch. They rushed forward to suck up to him. Seeing their obsequiousness, Jiangcheng was smug beyond belief. A so-called super sect? Now they're dancing in the palm of my hand. Then he told the disciples to follow closely. He said he was going to lead them to something big. Soon, they arrived at the Silent Empire's plaza. Seeing disciples assembling below, Jiangcheng gave a surprising order. Unleash your strongest attacks on them. No mercy. Everyone was stunned. Ancestor, are you serious? Jiangcheng said he was starting a chanting chaos troop. This test was to assess their strength. Besides, with me here, what are you afraid of? With that assurance, everyone gave it their all. They all wanted to shine in front of the patriarch. The plaza turned into chaos. Attacks rained down madly on the disciples below. Soon, all those disciples were wiped out. Only then did everyone realize something was wrong. Ancestor, why didn't you attack? The ruckus drew the 3 top. Seeing the bloodbath, they were dumbstruck. Who the hell did this? The flunky disciples saw another Mirror Ring ancestor arrive. They immediately realized they'd been duped. Bastard. Who are you really? As long as a man gets killed, the system gives rewards. Like Sundara Beauty disciples, adorable lowly daughters, and powerful Demon King sidekicks. So the man is constantly thinking how can I die in style to farm rewards? That day, Jiangcheng set his sights on the silent saintess of Yinling Mountain. First, he disguised himself as Elder Mirror Ring. Then he gathered a group of disciples to stir up internal strife. By the time the 3 elders arrived, the ground was covered in corpses. When Mirror Ring saw someone impersonating him and his gourd sect, he immediately unleashed his strongest death spell. In the next moment, a death mark imbued with killing intent appeared from thin air. Jiangcheng was struck and transformed into a soul state, as expected. Ding. Host has been killed by a saint-level cultivator, generating resurrection plan. The system rewarded her with the soul summoning skill. Any cultivators slaughtered by the Silent Empire would now become vengeful spirits, and these souls could be absorbed as spiritual energy. Upon resurrection, Jiangcheng immediately began absorbing them. Her cultivation surged uncontrollably. Saint level 3, 5, 8. In no time, she had broken through to the Holy Realm. The Silent Empire trio didn't know how she came back to life, but they knew she had to die again. They joined forces to unleash their strongest death technique, but Jiangcheng, now in the Holy Realm, effortlessly shattered it with a simple wave of her hand. Mirror Ring pissed himself on the spot. Holy crap, since when did Jiangcheng get this powerful? And Jiangcheng didn't plan on giving them any chances. She unleashed multiple blue flames toward the crowd. and the next second, screams filled the plaza. Watching them burn into charcoal, Jiangqing marveled at the thrill of cross-dia slaughter. She finally got to experience the same joy Hugo did when bullying weaklings. Meanwhile, back in the Star Holy Land, Lan Yi anxiously awaited Jiangqing's return. Why isn't he back yet? Could something have gone wrong? Suddenly, a golden streak slammed into the ground. It was Hugo, who had flown for 3 days and nights to arrive. As Hu Ji's #1 fangirl, Lan Yi was thrilled. Senior Hu, you finally made it. She quickly introduced herself to him and begged him to rescue Jiangqing from the Silent Empire. Hugo was instantly enlightened. See? You all can't do without me. Mo Qin, seeing Lan Yi so concerned, combined with her stunning figure and looks, concluded she was part of Jiangqing's harem. So he tried to rope her in too. He told Lan Yi to stop relying on Hugo. He hoped the sect master would die so he could be free again. Lan Yi snapped angrily. You old creep. You're rotten. Don't talk trash about Senior Hu behind his back. Hugo added mockingly. Old dog, trying to step on me again? Now look at you, humiliated. Serves you right. Hugo told her to relax. He'd go rescue Jiangqing immediately. Mo Chun, now ignored, was furious. Girl, you clearly lack foresight. Watch this. He released the full aura of a celestial. Lan Yi couldn't believe her eyes. Impossible. There are still immortals in this world? But it didn't last long. Due to an old injury, Mo Chin Hugo didn't expect him to go that far. He'd even harm himself just to try and outshine me? If you insist, then don't blame me. Hugo unleashed his full strength as a demon king. Could it be? He's the three-eyed tiger king from the demon realm? Seeing them about to destroy the holy site over this, De Huang couldn't stand it anymore. With one balala turned Jewel, he smacked Hugo back to his true form, just because a lowly shouted that line. The famed three-eyed tiger king turned into a little kitten tiger, and with his power gone, Mo Chin grabbed him midair. Let's see you act smug now, kitty. While everyone teased Hugo, Jiangqing suddenly returned to the Star Holy Land. Lan Yi immediately ran into his arms. Sect Master Jiang, you were gone so long. I was so worried, with a beauty clinging to him. Should I just accept her now? Make her mine? But then De Huang suddenly pounced on him. Grabbing his face, where's our new home? Jiangqing replied. The Silent Empire in Yanling Mountain is our new base. It has a 5th-rank spirit vein, just as good as here. Lan Yi looked worried. That place is full of strong cultivators. They even have 3 saint-level bosses. Unless... She stopped mid-sentence and looked toward Hugo. Hugo instantly understood. Relax, babe. Saint levels? Piece of cake. Watch this tiger take care of them. But first, the sect master must promise to upgrade my roots. Lan Yi didn't expect Hugo to be so agreeable. She turned around and pleaded with Jiangqing to accept. But Mo Chin smacked Hugo away. What a short-sighted beast. Doing something for the sect and still asking for... You think the sect will treat you poorly when it prospers? Then he patted his chest and said he'd take the Silent Empire himself. But the next second, he coughed up a mouthful of blood from overexertion. Hugo immediately mocked him. Old dog, such a show-off. With your remaining spirit power, what can you do? Then the two started bickering back and forth. Jiangqing quickly stepped in to stop them. No need for you guys to fight. The Silent Empire is already handled. Yanling Mountain is now our turf. Upon hearing this, the three were shocked speechless, but they still doubted Jiangqing could defeat Saint Mirror-level experts. Until they saw the corpses all over the Silent Empire, they were completely convinced. Suddenly Lan Yi gritted her teeth in anger, because she saw 3 old bastards. Back then, they attacked Wubu together. Over 300 of her Wubu sisters died in the streets. Thinking of that, Lan Yi raised her foot to stomp the corpses. Jiangqing quickly stopped her. You're a lady, remember? Don't ruin your image for 3 dead men. Lan Yi blushed after hearing that. Sect Master Jiang, I owe you so much. Let me become your woman from now on. But Jiangqing became serious. Lan Yi is being so forward. Why isn't the system making the ding sound? Is it bugged? To be safe, he let Lan Yi join Fei Xian's sect first. As for becoming his woman, that would depend on her future performance. Seeing Jiangqing build his harem again, Xiaoji shed sorrowful tears. The sect master is no longer the same fool as before. After finalizing the sect's new location, Jiangqing immediately released the disciples from the Xian map. Seeing the bonus points above everyone's heads, Jiangqing was overjoyed. He didn't expect that in just days, these cabbage pickers earned him so much. While he celebrated, waving his arms excitedly, Xiaoji and Lan Yi made eye contact. Sect master, who is this woman? Why is she in our Fei Xian sect? Jiangqing explained, she's Lan Yi, a good sister he found for Xiaoji. She's also Mo Chin's assistant elder. Old dog Mo Chin instantly understood the meaning, though the sect master used him as a shield. If he could cling to Lan Yi, the top disciple, how could that dumb tiger ever beat him? Thinking that, Mo Chin stroked his beard. Miss Lan Yi, I'm a celestial from Luofan, and you are a celestial descendant. Together, we're like a crouching dragon and hidden phoenix. With us aiding the sect master, Fei Xian will reign supreme. Meanwhile, Xiaoji shed even sadder tears. Sect Master, you're so cruel. Your harem just keeps growing. You're no longer that silly guy hidden in the Forbidden Lands. To change the topic, Jiang Cheng announced the sect would hold the bridge relocation ceremony in half a month. Lan Yi advised him to stay low-key. This is Qinling prison after all. The other 8 sacred lands are watching closely. But Jiang Qing, with a system, wished they would come at him. That would help him court death for more rewards. He then required each disciple to bring 10 guests to the ceremony. Failing to do so would disqualify them from loot sharing. Meanwhile, at the Yinling Mountain Market, a crowd was gossiping. They discussed the destruction of the Silent Empire. People were wondering, who exactly is this Feixian sect? Yuten Sanren said Feixian was just a minor sect from the MO stream. Its rise came from the sect master's sudden fortune. It shot to fame overnight. Just as she kept bragging, a shadow of Yuten Bro appeared and scared her. It was none other than Feixian's first vice-passionate singer, Jiang Cheng's fanboy. He was here to formally invite Yuten to the bridge ceremony. Yuten was terrified. She quickly said her mom was getting married, and she had to go home for the wedding banquet. The singer said not to worry. There's still half a month until the ceremony. Just bring your friends along when the time comes. Everyone panicked on the spot. They all claimed they'd be too busy then. Seeing their ungratefulness, the singer got mad. Damn it. Didn't we agree never to forget each other if we got rich? Now I've made it and came to invite you myself. Now you're acting all disdainful? He spoke as he prepared to activate his divine sigil and beat her up. Yuten quickly clarified he wasn't being ungrateful. It's just that your sect leader has angered the 8 sacred lands. If I go, I'd end up buried with you all. But Chi-Chang didn't care what they thought. She hoisted everyone up and the male lead is a loser. Yet he controls the Demon King at the peak of the sacred street. He even made the Demon King become a mascot. Turns out Jiang Cheng wanted to boost his reputation for the sect's reopening ceremony. So he asked Brotherhood to stand at the gate to attract attention. Jiang Cheng said with a smile, "You're so cute. You don't even need a costume to be a mascot. Besides, a Demon King guarding our gate makes Feixian's sect look even grander." But no matter how Jiang Cheng persuaded him, Brotherhood just refused. If a proud 3-eyed hunting tiger king like me stoops so low, how will I face the demon prison folk again? Jiang Cheng sighed dramatically. I was even going to help you improve your physique and cultivation. Guess that's unnecessary now. Brotherhood instantly changed his tone. With a proud look, he declared, just this once. Don't expect it again. With a roar that shook the heavens, Brotherhood transformed into a towering giant cat bigger than the enemy. The disciples were stunned. They never imagined that clumsy Brotherhood had such a majestic side. Jiang Cheng was quite pleased. He gave a thumbs up and cheered, "Go, little tiger." Meanwhile, inside the main hall of Fuin's sacred land, elders from the 8 sacred lands were discussing how to deal with Feixian's sect. They couldn't stand Feixian's sect's arrogance anymore, and were preparing to join forces to wipe it out. But while ranting about Feixian's many crimes, Fuin's sect master asked who would lead the charge. After all, Feixian has a tiger demon at Saint Street level. Jiun Zun said, "Don't we have the saint himself? As long as he strikes, that tiger is nothing." But a man replied, "The saint is off traveling in spirit form. I can't even reach him." Just then, he received a message. Turns out the saint himself would intervene. At the same time, a man arrived at Mingxing's sacred land. The very saint they had just mentioned, wearing a cloak. His cultivation was at the 5th level of Saint Street. With a casual flick of his hand, Mingxing's sect barrier was instantly shattered. Qingsuo Zuns grew extremely respectful upon seeing him. "I wonder what brings you here, your holiness." The saint replied, "You're close to Blue Robe, so I need you to do something for me." He then pulled out a hunter's gold orb. Place this somewhere hidden in Feixian's sect. Within half a month, they'll all die a tragic death. Faced with this threat, Qingsuo Zuns had no choice but to accept. This was a jug of moonlight jade dew spring worth billions. But the man served it like plain water to guests. To make the sect's grand ceremony a success, Jiang Cheng had Brotherhood and even offered his most precious treasures. Yet despite the lavish prep, few people showed up to the event. This left Jiang Cheng quite annoyed. Not a single major sect came. What a slap in the face. A disciple nearby said helplessly, "We did offend the 8 sacred lands." Jiang Cheng fumed at this. Cowards. They'll never know what they missed. Just then, a congratulatory message arrived from the Zhao clan. Jiang Cheng thought a major sect had finally shown up, and eagerly went to welcome them. But when he saw it was just a low-ranking house steward, his face fell. The disciple explained he may hold a low rank, but his identity is special. He's the illegitimate son of Lord Zhao and a maid. The fact the Zhao clan sent him means they're supporting us, Jiang Cheng said. So Brother Zhao has such a story? Quick, please come in. Meanwhile, the casual guests at the hall stared in awe at the food. My God, is this premium spirit herb? Are we really allowed to eat this for free? Xiao Shui said, just some wild fruit from the back mountain. Nothing fancy. Eat as you please. Seeing how generous Facian sect was, everyone instantly turned into bootlickers. Thanks, Patriarch Jiangcheng. Thanks, Elder Schwer. And just like that, Jiangcheng got a bunch more disciples to help build his fan base. At that moment, Qingxua Zuns arrived at Facian sect with a group of female disciples. Just arriving at the sect gate, they saw the imposing and domineering brotherhood. Seeing this, Elder Qingxu immediately hesitated. Should he help the cloaked saint release the captured ape spirit? If the tiger demon found out, he'd be done for. But before he could think too much, Brother Hu barked at them to get inside quickly. Hurry up and eat so I can get off work. But as soon as they entered, they saw the guests drinking Moonlight Jade Dew Spring and eating fresh grade Lingwaling Spring. This stunned Elder Qingxu. Not to mention, those spiritual fruits were reserved for elders of sacred grounds. Even the Moonlight Jade Dew Spring alone was worth billions in snacks. Just then, Jiangqing enthusiastically stepped forward to greet him. A major sect had finally arrived. There's no way Jiangqing would miss such a moment to show off. When everyone heard he was Elder Qingxu, no wonder he's Jiang's sect master's friend. To be friends with the master of the starry sacred ground, listening to the guests chatter, Jiangqing felt deeply satisfied. Little did he know Elder Qingxu had already reached for the ape spirit. Sect Master Jiang, don't blame me. It's just that the cloaked saint has been pressing too hard. But how could such sneaky moves escape De Huang's notice? Mommy, he's hiding something good. Hearing that, Elder Qingxu completely panicked. Crap, am I going to die here today? That little brat just went straight to robbing me. All because she's a snack fiend. Wants to try. Just a moment ago, De Huang sensed Elder Qingxu had the ape spirit on him, so she asked him for it directly. Fearing his mission would be exposed, Elder Qingxu hurriedly denied it. I don't have anything. Don't talk nonsense. Jiangqing scolded De Huang for being rude. What others carry is none of your business. But De Huang replied that it harms divine fire, so why not give it to De Huang instead? Hearing that, Elder Qingxu broke into a cold sweat. Am I really going to die here today? At that moment, De Huang gathered some spiritual energy in her palm, and in the next second, the ape spirit full of yellow talismans appeared in her hand. Jiangcheng was furious. Didn't I teach you not to steal? Return the snack right now. But with treasure in hand, how could De Huang give up so easily? She suddenly bit Jiangcheng's hand. He hadn't expected her to be such a rascal. He howled in pain. Taking the chance, De Huang swallowed the snack in one bite, seeing the satisfied little girl. Jiangcheng asked where she hid the stone. What he got in return was a mouthful of spit, covered in damp yellow talismans. Jiangcheng realized the snack had already been eaten. He wiped off the spit and apologized. Kids don't know any better. She ate your snack, Elder. I'll find a treasure from the vault to make up for it later. But Elder Qingxu didn't dare take anything. He was just thankful to still be alive. Just surviving was already lucky enough. Right at that moment, the sycophant Mo Chung showed up. Sect Master, is there anything troubling you that I can help with? Jiangqing picked up De Huang and retold what just happened. At the same time, he smelled the ape spirit on De Huang's breath. He then shot Elder Qingxu a knowing look. Sect Master, De Huang ate something quite remarkable. Jiangqing froze after hearing that. Looks like he was going to lose a lot of money today. Elder Qingxu quickly said it wasn't worth much. He was afraid his gift might even seem too shabby. Hearing it was a gift, Jiangcheng was overjoyed. He immediately told Mo Chung to escort them to the VIP seats. Mo Chung grinned mischievously. Elder Qingxu, you've really... He then led the guests toward the VIP area. But halfway there, he suddenly stopped. If I'm not mistaken, that should be the ape spirit, right? This gave Elder Qingxu quite a scare. He was just about to explain, but Mo Chung raised his index finger to signal silence. I don't care what your intentions were before. From now on, you must submit to Facian sect. At this point, Elder Qingxu didn't dare say no. He nodded repeatedly in agreement. Meanwhile, Jiangqing received a system notification. Successfully subdued the starry sacred ground. Reward, 2.5 million points. This brought his total to over 5.8 million points. He decisively chose to upgrade and unlock the resurrection function. Meanwhile, Mo Chung learned from Elder Qingxu that the real mastermind was the cloaked saint. He was the only saint-tier expert in Thousand Spirit Jade. He once destroyed Lan Yi's 5 valleys single-handedly, and even stole his treasured item, spirit milk rice. Looking at Elder Qingxu's terrified face, Mo Chang twirled his beard and scoffed. Just some lowly saint-level ants, not even worthy of my guidance. Then he leaned over to Qingxua Zun's ear and whispered his secret plan. After learning that Cloak intended to harm Facian sect, Mo Chang asked Qingxua to help him stage a scene. He first called for Jiangcheng and claimed that with his eye he saw from the Thousand Spirit Jade that a major sect wants to destroy Facian sect. Jiangcheng perked up. It was finally showtime. He immediately asked who the culprit was. Mo Chang calculated with his fingers. Cloak, cloak, dark intentions abound. Then he signaled Qingxua Zuns with a glance. Zuns quickly said, It must be the Saint Cloak from Fuin's sacred land. Ever since desolate sacred land fell, Cloak's been rallying the 8 sacred lands. They're definitely planning to surround and destroy us. Jiang Cheng was thrilled at the news. He'd been bored anyway. Now he had something fun to do. He decided to strike first and go beat down Fuin's sacred land himself. The disciples were hyped by their bold sect master. They started chanting how strong he was, joking about high blood sugar. Soon, the group arrived above Fuin's sacred land. Xiaoji looked utterly confused. She didn't know why the sect master brought everyone. Fuin's sect master saw it was Marquis Jiangcheng and immediately activated the 8 Peaks Thunder Array. Although Jiangcheng had resurrection abilities now, he didn't want to waste points. So he had Brother who absorbed the array's attacks. Thus, Brother who became a sacrificial tiger. As the array's fierce force struck down, even a demon king like Brother who felt his body straining under the pressure. Not good, eh? At this rate, he might not hold on. That's when he saw Imo Ching just watching nearby. You old dog. You're just watching? Hurry and help break the array. Imo Chang smirked and summoned a glowing purple orb. He even mocked Brother who like a clown. This is the strongest you can handle, isn't it? Fei Shen's sect will be mine from now on. The purple orb floated gently above everyone. Then came a boom. The orb exploded into a mushroom cloud midair. The 8 Peaks Thunder Array was shattered by Imo Chang with ease. He wiped blood from his lips and said, "The array's gone. You beast, go clean up the mess." That pissed Brother who off. You old dog. Really good at acting, huh? You think hiding your mouth hides that blood? The two immediately started brawling. Jiang Cheng jumped in to play peacemaker. All right, you both did great. Quit arguing. Then he waved out a pile of high-tier gear. Fei Shen disciples, listen up. Gear up and prepare to charge full power. With Xiaoji in the lead, the assault began. Imo Chang placed a spiritual seal on Lin Ning's forehead and instructed him to act as told later. The battle between both sides erupted fiercely. Fuin's sect master unleashed his ultimate move, Cloud Shatter Seal. A massive tornado appeared on the field. With Imo Chang's help, Lin Ning used Shadowless Handle, an invisible shield that blocked all attacks. Jiangxing yelled in awe. Lin Ning, you're amazing. He gave Imo Chang a big thumbs up, praising his elder training skills. But the battlefield was still a mess. Everyone was in live combat for the first time and had no idea how to actually fight. Xiaoji even sprained her ankle mid-fight. Jiang Cheng's blood pressure spiked watching it. What the hell are you all doing? The Fuin sect master seized the chance and instantly flashed behind Xiaoji. A bloody scene unfolded in the next second. Jiang Chen was shocked. Xiao Shui screamed. No. It was Xiaoji's closest brush with death, facing the sect master's full force strike. She thought she was finished, but her junior suddenly jumped in to block the blade, watching him collapse. Xiaoji was overwhelmed with grief as more disciples fell in battle. Jiang Cheng's face grew darker. He didn't speak, but Imo Cheng knew the blame was on him now. He had to act fast to recover, so he formed a hand seal and cast Heartlink spell. The next moment, his consciousness entered Lin Ning's body. You bastards! You dare pin this all on me? Die, all of you! As he spoke, he unleashed a shadow spell on par with Sacred Street. In an instant, it bound a large number of enemies. Seeing Lin Ning go all out, Xiao Ji was reinvigorated. Junior brother, I'll avenge you. With that, she charged forward wielding her Zero Sword. With Xiao Ji and Lin Ning capturing enemies, the remaining Fei Shen disciples also let out battle cries and charged forward. The battlefield soon fell back into chaos. Jiang Cheng stood off to the side, watching coldly. Even as the system kept rewarding him nonstop, he showed no emotion at all. When the battle ended, Xiaoji wiped her tears and said, though we won, we lost so many comrades. Jiang Cheng didn't say a word. Behind him, Imo Cheng looked incredibly guilty. Crap. Should I step up and take the fall? Just then, Huga suddenly appeared behind the group. Seeing the rows of corpses on the ground, he broke into a cold sweat. How did the losses get this bad? Imo Cheng, spotting a scapegoat, immediately tried to drag Huga down with him. The two quickly started arguing. Jiangxing suddenly shouted, enough. The shout left the two of them trembling. Jiangxing then started scolding them for the earlier battle. You were just swinging blindly. Half a year of training in the hidden diagram for this. Faced with his rebuke, Imo Cheng quickly admitted it was all his fault. He said it was an issue with his teaching syllabus. Just as he was fretting about what punishment might come, Jiangxing suddenly shouted, all those who died in battle must fight for one more day after resurrection. An elder Imo Cheng will personally supervise them. Imo Cheng was dumbfounded on the spot. Wait, resurrection is actually possible? Hugo on the side also looked completely unconvinced. You might have tech and nasty tricks, kid, but raising the dead? That's just ridiculous. Jiang Cheng couldn't be bothered to explain. He was only worried whether he had enough points to revive everyone. But when the resurrection panel popped up, he saw it only cost 3,000 points per person. That was way too cheap. So he immediately revived everyone. Chamin, you're too awesome. I'll be your sect guardian beast for life. Bring me the slave contract. I'm signing it now. Naturally, Imo Chang refused to be outdone. Changmen, ignore that brute. I'll do whatever a guardian beast should. Just carry me around when you head out. Jiangqing hadn't expected one resurrection to win them over so completely. Then came his favorite phase, looting. He ordered the disciples to empty out the entire Fuyin sanctuary. The next day, when Sage Beefing returned to the sanctuary, he was completely dumbfounded. He had only been gone for a day. How had his entire base been wiped out? The man had just spent one blissful night in a woman's arms, only to return and find his sect annihilated. Staring at the ruins of what was once a sanctuary, Beefing felt a rush of heat to his head. Damn you, Feishan sect. I swear I'll wipe out every last one of you. He then went alone to the pool of luminescent jade. He knew he couldn't defeat the main demon alone, so he specially came to seek help from the three saints. Meanwhile, inside the Feishan sect, Jiangqing was dividing up the loot from Fuyin sanctuary with his disciples. Just then, Elder Qingxua hurried over. He had rushed over after learning that Beefing had joined forces with the three saints. He came straight to inform Jiangqing. Jiangqing wasn't concerned at all, but Imo Chung beside him was clearly nervous. Sect leader, should we retreat into the hidden diagram to lay low for now? Jiangqing was clearly displeased. What the hell are you afraid of? Don't we still have Little Tiger? Imo Chung pointed out that the enemy had 4 sacred swords. They could instantly kill that dumb tiger. He also explained that the hidden diagram was no ordinary artifact. As long as they hid well enough, even a sage couldn't detect it. But Jiangqing wasn't about to miss a golden chance to court death. He told the disciples to take shelter in the main hall, while he went alone to meet the three saints. Watching Jiangqing's silhouette fade into the distance, Imo Chung panicked. That kid is my best shot at reviving the dark urgency elder. I can't let him go to his death. Just as he fretted over what to do, he noticed Hu Gus slacking off nearby. No choice. I'll have to use you, buddy. He first took the initiative to greet Brother Hu. Then he asked why his waist token was orange. That startled Brother Hu. Though he knew this old dog never had good intentions, he didn't expect him to be eyeing his waist token. You've gone too far, old dog. Oppressing me was one thing, but now you want my life too? Mo Chun said the sect was in grave danger. Only by eating his waist token could he temporarily regain immortal strength, then defeat the 4 saints and save the sect. Besides, why panic? The sect master has resurrection abilities. Worst case, he can bring you back to life. But Brother Hu still refused, because once the waist token is gone, even if he resurrects, he'd have to start cultivation from scratch. This is no time to care about your own crap. With that, he moved to grab it by force. Brother Hu told Mo Chun to calm down first. We still have 1 trump card. That made Mo Chun blink repeat. What trump card? I've never heard of it. Soon after, Cloaked Saint and the other 3 saints stormed Feishan's sect, relying on having 4 saints on his side. Cloaked Saint shouted arrogantly, Jiangqing, you mutt. Get out here and die. Seeing this guy outdressing even himself, Jiangqing couldn't tolerate that. He instructed Brother Hu and Mo Chin to guard the main hall. Until I've dealt with the enemy, no disciple is allowed out. Then he soared into the sky and flew directly at the enemy. Mo Chin panicked. Didn't you say we had a trump card? Why haven't you brought it out yet? Brother Hu quickly replied he'd go get it now. Later, you go to the main hall and release Ji Ningning and the others to help. Meanwhile, Jiangqing had already arrived before the Cloaked Saint. So it was you barking earlier, huh? Facing Jiangqing with just our respect cultivation, Cloaked Saint didn't take him seriously at all. You, a mere mutt, think you're worthy to face me? Go get that tiger demon out here now. Jiangqing spat directly in his face. Humiliated, Cloaked Saint flew into a rage. He waved both arms and unleashed his strongest move, wind shear technique. In an instant, countless wind blades flew at Jiangqing. But just as Jiangqing braced excitedly for death, a tiger's roar blasted all the wind blades away. Turns out Brother Hu had rushed over with De Huang. Then Brother Hu hurled De Huang into the air and told him to erase everyone's cultivation. De Huang shouted, Bobby La, turn into pigs. Cloaked Saint and the 3 other saints suddenly found their cultivation had been wiped clean. Brother Hu also reverted into a small tiger with a poof. Brother Hu questioned De Huang. Why did you wipe ours too? De Huang replied, isn't that what you told me? Clear everyone's cultivation. Jiangqing was completely driven mad by the sudden turn of events. What the hell are you all doing? Because they had lost their cultivation, everyone fell from the sky. During this, Brother Hu proudly told Jiangqing not to thank him. This is just what a guardian beast should do. Jiangqing was so mad he nearly strangled him.